Okay.
Welcome to the Irrelevant Illiterate Podcast. I come with gifts, guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Nardwar.
Dude, gifts, dude. So
I-
first, Greg, I got you this copy of Billy Riley's Who's Looking Out for You. And I also
That's
got
Bill
you...
O'Reilly, by the way.
This is also a copy of Tom Hanks' hit movie Larry Crown on DVD.
Thank you.
And for Larry, I got you Bill O'Reilly's A Bold, Fresh Piece of Humanity.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See,
And to go along with it, this is kind of like an add-on to that, a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese.
Why, thank you. Oh, man.
Thanks for coming, guys.
All right, thank you. I didn't deserve
Bill
any of
O'Reilly.
this. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love the Irish.
You know, my dad left.
You'd be the first.
My dad left a box of books in our basement at the house, and I've just been gifting people like Bill O'Reilly books. I gave Mike Murrow a copy of George W. Bush's book, so I told him, no, was that Murrow I gave that book to?
Decision Points? What the fuck is
Yeah,
it called?
yeah, you're right. Decision Points.
Yeah,
so
Murrow.
you've read it.
Dabbled.
I didn't read it. I listened to it and digested it. With us today is a guy I've known for about 100 years, and I don't know his last name because it's stupid and I don't care about it.
It's true.
But he decided to go by the last name Epstein because no one else wants to know his stupid last name either.
Yep.
Larry Epstein's here.
Hello?
That's right.
And from the Where It Went podcast, which you can find pretty much everywhere, right, Craig?
Yeah.
And formerly of one of my favorite Philadelphia bands, One Up, Mr. Greg Pollard. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Is that how you say it? Pollard?
Pollard. Yeah.
Sure.
People would say
Pollard.
Pollard. And I don't know about you with your. I don't even correct people.
Dude, my name gets chopped up bad.
I mean, look at Larry. His was so bad he stopped using it.
Yeah, I don't use it.
Was it with Checky?
Yeah. Yeah. Spot on. See, to me, it's not hard. But maybe I'm spot on.
Well, then
Yeah.
again, like, you just have one of those people's last names is like, spell like Wakaka, but it's like, no, it's actually with Checky. It's like, then why is there Z's and shit in it?
Nah, no Z's.
There's too many
Multiple
consonants in
C's
here.
and shit.
Couple E's, couple I's.
Like, too many consonants in a row. Like, what are you, fucking Welsh? Get out of here. Fucking dork.
Dude, you're not the first person, or you're not the only person that has entry in the Dream Journal.
Oh, you got a dream journal for me?
I do.
I got one for you, too.
Cool. I'll start. Mine's a little long.
Oh.
So, a guy whose greatest fear is pushing Mongo.
Pushing Mongo.
It's a skateboard reference for those who are in the know.
I'm a grommet, or I don't know what the fuck.
Isn't that when you use your left foot, right, or whatever?
I thought I was skating goofy.
You keep your...
If you stand goofy foot,
You're a poser. Tell us what it means.
Yeah.
You hang out at skate shops a lot. Yeah.
so if you're standing with your right foot forward in goofy stance and you push with that same foot, you have to swing your whole body around to push like that. It looks goofy as
Sounds
fuck.
good. I'll have that.
It's called Mongo. A man whose greatest fear was pushing Mongo.
Why is it? That was your greatest fear?
It's inexcusable.
Like you've almost died like 3 or 4 times, and you're more scared of that.
I would die again before pushing Mongo. It looks so goofy.
Why does that sound way more sinister than it is?
It all started.
Caught my mom pushing Mongo. Like, oh fuck, dude.
Oh man, I'm so sorry.
It's like, what do you mean? You're like, yeah, dude, she was just at this truck stop, dude, just out behind it, just pushing Mongo. It's like, dude, things are that bad. Like, yeah, man.
This is a dream I had on Friday because I called out of work just because I wanted to.
Oh.
And I always have the weirdest dreams when I wake up and then I go back to sleep for like an hour.
True.
Hour
Yes.
and a half ish.
Yeah.
That's the only time I dream. I've had about 13 dreams in 12 years. I've written them all down. This was one of them. It all started with a weekend away with my girlfriend and some friends. We went somewhere that looked like a mix between Doylestown, old, and a futuristic new looking city. It was really strange. I was waiting to check into an Airbnb or something. We found a bar to kill time, ordered stuff. Lady bartender sounded like an old Eastern blocker, really friendly.
Worst.
Right.
So there were about
Swarthy as fuck.
soon there was about 50 more people inside, all together in what seemed like one big party at like 3 different tables. One person at each table was sort of like holding court with all the people at the tables. I don't know what prompted me to, but I started to introduce myself to some people and maybe try something better to do than sit around and putz around in this little dark
I'm picturing
bar.
girls with neck scars.
Maybe.
Like full Adam's across the Adam's apple, just fucking knife wounds.
Now, so I did that. Some people were so enamored with the people holding court at the tables that they didn't even notice that new people were walking around, like grabbing attention or speaking to them. I then realized that the people who were holding court at each table were together in like a smaller subgroup, and they were like pitching to the partiers. And above their heads, like in the menu of a video game, their stats would pop up. This is a dream, by the way.
What were the stats?
And an avatar would pop
Right?
up with with photos of them wearing bear costumes.
Huh.
Bear with me. No pun intended.
But what kind of, like, panda?
Panda,
Yeah, what-
Kodiak.
You know, your,
Yeah, what are
your
we
classic
talking?
grizzly, brown bear.
Okay.
I don't see color.
So I quickly realized they're trying to recruit these people for nefarious purposes, and I tell my core group, let's get the fuck out of here. So we got up to leave, and other members of the group had strategically blocked exits or were trying to hard sell people on staying. So I was like, we gotta fucking...
I want to know what the fuck they were actually pitching.
Me too. I'll get there. So I found an
Ooh.
emergency exit side door, and we snuck out. So I got out to the street, and one of the guys who was inside at one of the tables was already outside magically, and he tried to more than heavily suggest that I go back inside. So naturally, I ran away. So he chased me, and I ran so far that I was able to find a vehicle. I got in it, and I took off, and I was fucking flying down the street.
Fucking booked it.
I remember looking at the speedometer, and I was going 105, Delaware reference incoming. I was going down 141, where you pass under the 52 overpass that goes to Greenville.
Yeah.
It's just a long stretch.
Yeah, I
of
know that stretch.
two-lane
It's actually
road.
going somewhere like this story.
Yes. So, dead stop traffic, hopped on the shoulder. I got out, and I looked in the floor of the seat next to me, and there was a skateboard in this car.
Fuck yeah.
So, I jumped on the skateboard to try and go around these cars,
Clean the cube.
and I couldn't push.
Pulse of video?
You know how in dreams you can't punch or nothing?
Yeah.
I couldn't push.
Oh.
I had to turn my body and I had to push Mongo. So I got off the board and ran.
Did you wake up in like a cold sweat?
Yes.
Damn, that's way better than what I have.
It was horrifying.
Yeah. Mine's this is all mine says is this just came to me when I woke up the other morning, so it's technically not even dream. It just says the Battle of Spaghettisburg. That's it. That's all it said.
Sounds good.
Right?
Yeah.
That's way more enamoring than my
Can you
fucking
imagine the
story.
Battle of Spaghettisburg, dude? Like, there's people like getting their legs blown up by cannonballs, but other people just won't get up just because they've had too many
Too much
carbs.
to eat.
They're just like, ugh. Like,
Would the cannonballs be meatballs?
The full size ones or the little ones?
Like
The ground was
big
covered
ones,
in
like
sauce and
grandma's,
blood?
like
I don't know, man.
like the wedding singer that
Like
she
Noni's
puts in the
Maybe
meatballs?
it wasn't a battle. Maybe it was a party. You know?
Oh man,
you know how those Ginzos get down.
I'm
I can't
picturing
imagine them wearing wool suits, though.
I'm picturing them shooting those like mini meatballs that are in like Italian wedding soup.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
I mean, or like those chickarinos.
Yeah,
Yeah. They would probably hurt at a high velocity.
yeah.
Small dents.
Probably. You think they could probably knock a tooth out?
It'd be like getting hit by a musket shot.
I think you're
There's
onto
only
something.
one way to find out. Patreon goals.
We will buy a Red Ryder BB gun and
Now
put
fuck that. Let's get a t-shirt cannon. Go down to fucking BJ's, get a bag of Kirkland meatballs.
And just
Fill it-
start firing them.
Wait, should we keep them frozen or just fucking
Oh, frozen. They're
throw 'em
definitely
out?
gotta
oh
be dead.
frozen.
Well, I mean, if you want to eat, I don't know.
Wait.
Are you eating them?
Well,
are you trying to hurt somebody?
I'm no
or are we
historian, so I don't know how they ate meatballs back then. And I want to be like authentic with this here.
partying? Yeah.
So we got to find some Civil War reenactors and just be like, yo, how did they fuck with meatballs back then? Like, how did they do it? And they'll probably just be, well, my name is Ambrose, and
What's a meatball?
what's a meatball?
What's
we
a
have,
meatball?
We have gruel, we have mutton. It's like, yeah, but do you have any meatballs?
Hardtack. Remember that you learned about the
Hardtack? I mean hardtack and suet. Like, oh, my fucking favorites.
Here, chew on this paper and pretend it's food. Yo, did you ever put sugar on spaghetti?
Why the fuck would you do that?
You never heard of that? I've heard of many people put sugar on spaghetti. No one's ever heard
I
of
just
this?
found out there's a group
Oh,
of savages
man.
that actually cut their spaghetti before they eat it.
I've seen that happen.
You gotta
Yeah,
put it on a spoon.
exactly.
That's the whole point.
The
You can
trick
twist
is
it
you
around a
just
fork.
don't wear a white shirt when you eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah. or use a bib.
I got a special
Sugar,
spaghetti-
though. I'm
I have a
thinking
special
like
spaghetti
Elf.
shirts.
Yeah, like that scene
All
with
right,
the.
look, we've all been in bands, okay? We've all been given free shirts by bands we are friends with, but are absolutely terrible bands. Those become either one of two things in my thing: cum shirt,
Yep.
spaghetti shirt.
Yep.
Spaghetti shirt also goes for if you're frying anything in a pan or doing dishes. You wear your spaghetti shirt.
What about
dude.
sleep shirt? I would use them as a sleep shirt too.
Yeah.
But then I do worry, like, if there's a fire and I'm on the news and I'm wearing... You're wearing, like, you know...
Dude, is that Greg? Why is he wearing a red line shirt?
Doylestown man on the scene.
I had a roommate that used to, I won't say his name, used to blow loads into like a Slugfest shirt.
Did it rhyme with Schmenish-Schmonigal?
You think I could ever fit into a Slugfest shirt?
I
Print my size back then?
I actually had I shouldn't say that one. I had a roommate buy a T-shirt off of someone in a band, a pretty big Philadelphia band,
Right.
and he was like, "Yeah, he definitely. It was his band shirt. And he like definitely blew loads into it.
Yeah.
And bought it that. Yeah,
And it probably didn't stop the person from buying the shirt at all.
yeah.
No,
not
people
even
that are
a-
into
I've heard
shirts...
that
No, not even
story.
a little bit. No,
Yeah.
I would love to just go on. What's that? Was it merch swap? Was it-
Depop?
And those things just be like, have like the sick shirt collection out and just be like ... or asterisk like I have come in this.
definitely blew it
So-
One or more of
Yeah,
these.
yeah.
So this Archangel shirt is now only $200, you know, or just something like that. And just see if you could still get rid of it.
I've definitely cleaned up with this.
I would do that without actually ever having cum in it, and just be like this. I just want to see if I can get away with it. Like how good or of a shirt or of the band itself has to be, or in their desirability or whatever, to have the other person overlook the fact that some other man's load has been on that shirt.
It super depends on the band, I guess, and who's the flavor of the week that
It's like
week.
I have fucked really ugly women in this shirt. Do you still want it?
I'm trying to think of what shirt it would take for me to be like, yeah, I'll take it.
That's the thing about too.
Turning point long sleeve.
Honestly, if I could get my old dead guy shirt
Damn.
back in, the Death of False Metal shirt.
It's a classic shirt too.
It depends on how much cum.
Well, you know what the problem is, and I know you'll probably run into. I don't want to speak for you, but I can't really fit in any vintage
Me
shirts
neither.
anyway,
Yeah.
so it doesn't really matter.
Dude, I couldn't fit into band shirts until I'd say 05. Because I've always been fat as fuck, right? They didn't start making over 2X until what? Like 03, 04? If you're lucky. And even then, it had to be like a tough guy band.
like Crowbar or something.
Crowbar or like somewhat like Fury of 5 or something like that. And I remember I had this Fury of 5 shirt. It was canary yellow, purple
that's awesome.
purple graffiti
That's-
letter.
That's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
Fury shirt, but I wore it so much because like
Was it at War with the World shirt?
no, this is pre At War with the World.
Wow.
It was a ringer. Right? You ever see a fat dude with these arms in a ringer? It's fucking sad. But like, I only had like 2 band shirts, and that was one of them. So it got worn almost every time I was at a show, and just like the pits were just. This is back when we're still wearing like deodorant with tons of alcohol in it, like the Old Spice deodorants. So like the armpits were just like
Solid.
It's
Oh,
like-
man.
yeah.
Like, luckily, I would usually do XL, but you know, for a while
Yeah.
there in the early 2000s, everyone wore stuff tight, so you
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
couldn't even find XL.
If I
nobody
I
put-
used to be
yeah.
able to fit into 2XLs, no problem. But the problem is I'm not super tall, but I'm tall enough that my gut would hang out the bottom. So I was like, yeah, unacceptable. And then
I guess that's the one perk of being like 4 feet tall.
yeah, true, true. Being a short king, but yeah, it's just like I had a kid hit me up a couple years ago. He's like, "Yo, I know you got some shirts you're trying to get rid of." He's like, and then a fellow fatty,
That's
right?
presumptive of him.
And here's the thing.
I know you need money.
I had shirts. I gave him a trash bag full of shirts, but it was all shirts of bands that I was friends with that I didn't like. So it was nothing good in there except for maybe like 1 or 2 Dying Fetus shirts or something like that. But he's like, I know you got some fucking killer shirts back. I'm like, you don't understand, man. When I was your age, not to be that guy, but they didn't make certain sizes.
It was either it was either large or extra large.
Yeah.
And that was it.
yeah. 2X was even like a year 2000 thing.
A lot of bands I know of from the collecting shirts days that I did one size fits all shirts.
Which is just
Just an
absurd.
extra large.
Yeah.
And as soon as you wash it, it's a fucking dish rag. you
It's
know?
a XL wide with a fucking medium length. They're awful. I fucking hate old shirts sometimes.
Yeah, that's why I said the vintage. Like, so I'll see vintage shirts that are cool, and I'm just like,
I could make a killing.
Even
I've
if-
never gotten rid of a shirt.
that's right. He was saying.
You've also never changed in size except for a bit of a gut. Every now and then.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, you've always looked pretty much the same since I've met you.
yeah.
So
When I started going to shows, I wore smalls
Oh wow.
because
Yeah.
I was 5 foot something.
so was Greg when I met him.
Nice.
But
That's good.
I wore a small.
He's a skinny mini now, dude. Look at him.
No, a small. I'm always jealous of people that can wear small because if you look
wish.
at
That's actually
merch,
a size they don't really fuck with anymore.
yeah,
Is the smalls.
Well,
they're
people get
always
stuck
left
with them.
over.
Yeah.
They're always
Yeah.
left over, and you can get them for dirt cheap.
Yeah, especially if you're into like when like I call it like the mod phase of hardcore kicked in like the early 2000s, like the American Nightmares
18
and all
Vision
that
shit.
That and like the American Nightmares
Yep.
and shit
What
like
are they
that.
called? Sex metal.
Sex metal.
Sex metal band.
Fashion core. Fashion
Sex
core.
metal is way cooler than
It
fashion
is.
core.
It is much cooler.
Sex
You guys
metal.
want
I
waters?
Like that.
Sure, I'll take one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like that's when you had dudes that were like XL shirt wearers rocking smalls, and you're just like,
Such a bad
man.
look.
And this is back when you could shame people.
Yeah, you're allowed to say shit.
It's like, dude, I can see your bird through those jeans, and that shirt. You're not even wearing a shirt, dude. What are you doing? Oh God, it was.
I don't miss that time, honestly.
I don't either. I don't either.
you could see if a guy had his nipples pierced. And you're like,
But I remember it
Sorry,
sucked.
bud.
It sucked when the fashion was to wear tight shirts because I was like, yeah, that ain't happening.
Honestly, I was like, every shirt's tight anyway.
It's not a
I've been in
statement.
on this.
It's like, yeah, I was ahead of the game.
It's less of a statement,
I was
more
like,
just
wait,
a fact.
now you want my pants to match? Nah, that's not happening. It's too far. I'll stick with these fucking wide leg jeans till the day I die. These calves can't fit in pants like that. Oh,
It's easier now though.
Yeah.
Kids don't really wear jeans. Like
I
I
hate
dropped
jeans.
my son off at high school, and everyone's just wearing sweatpants,
Joggers.
joggers,
But they're fucking sweatpants.
or pajama pants.
You know, I'm a fan of the show. I listen to every episode. I'm pretty sure we're the first parents you guys have had on.
no.
No?
Now, Matt Bennett we had on. He
Oh,
has,
I didn't realize. I don't know.
He
about
has
that.
a 18-year-old.
Holy shit.
Really?
So he knows that jeans. They
See,
don't
I
wear
didn't-
jeans.
well, I
And
don't
he's
know.
he's also 6'4", barrel chested as fuck. Yeah, he's a bear, dude.
Okay.
Every
Yeah, I
time,
know-
I wear like 3 or 4 X's. Anytime one of my shirts like shrinks a bit, I hand it off to him, and it fits here on him perfectly. But he's too goddamn tall for them. So what I need to come back is the Slim Shady style shirt.
The long, yeah.
Yeah.
Tall
sure.
tee?
Yeah, the tall tee.
And on me, they'll just look like a normal shirt. You know, I'll be like,
But still, not many parents on here then. Right?
no.
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 Yeah.
I mean it's a family show.
You know what?
Yeah, it's definitely.
You know
my
what?
kids
We-
asked for the YouTube.
We've
and I was
had
like,
more
no.
people on here with clipped balls than we've had parents.
Wow, that's so funny.
That's true.
I'm a parent with clip balls.
See, who else? He's got clip balls.
Mm-hmm.
John Wren's got clip balls. Janice got clip balls. At least like 1 or 2 others, probably.
I still haven't done it.
I know J-Lo was considering it.
Don't do it.
I'm not, no, I'm not.
As
Because
if he
they hold
knows.
it against you.
Right?
You know, I
Ooh.
can't just drop.
They won't
bombs
let him into
anymore.
fucking heaven.
That's
dude.
not true.
Yeah, no, and then I can threaten her with pregnancy.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's, you know, like that's taken away from me.
You can always hold it over
I don't
their
have
head,
any
that's
more-
true.
No more cards.
She's
on
like,
the ta-
hey,
I'm like,
Larry, I'll burn your shit. He's like, I'll cream pie you and hold you up by your ankles. Yeah,
I'll dump one out.
and I'll
dude.
do it under a new moon. I'll bury a potato out in the backyard, and you're having another fucking kid. How many you got? Two.
And after the second one, I was like, 2's good. I don't want to be outnumbered.
Alex is what?
13.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's got older kids too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like my oldest is almost 17. So.
See, you could always like, you're too nice for this shit, but I'd be like, you know, you're such a pain in my ass. I had my balls clipped after you. You know, it seems like
I think he has a pretty good idea that he was a difficult.
because you figure
he
like
was difficult.
like his older, you have 2 boys, right?
Yeah.
Like your oldest boy, you're like, oh, this kid's so wonderful. I'm gonna make another one. And then your other son, you're like, he came along, and you're like, yeah, these guys got to go. They gotta go. No more. No,
It was
No more.
no more viscous comes.
he was definitely a difficult baby for sure. Didn't sleep. So I think we were like, yeah, I'm not doing this again.
Dude, he's probably doing coke.
Baby coach.
Baby coke, dude.
But he's a riot. He is a riot.
Just coming on like it was like while I was teething, I was just doing like. Oh fuck, dude.
Yo, Dennis, you're a dog guy. Are you a cat guy? At all?
My sister has a cat. If I see a cat, I'll pet the fuck out of it. If it's wearing sunglasses, I'll chill with it.
How about it's playing piano?
Oh,
Fuck,
man.
dude.
We got the next president of the United States of
If it
America.
has a jar on its piano, I am filling that shit with all the cash in my pockets.
You guys cat guys at all?
I'm a cat person.
Nah, I'm a
Okay.
dog guy.
But I wasn't until like the last 10 years.
Would you like to be?
Why?
Would you like a cat for free?
No.
My fucking owl knocked over my CD rack last night at 2:45 in the morning.
Damn, you're like CDs on the floor?
Yeah.
Are you a cat person then?
Yeah, I'm both. I'm regular.
About to
I
see
like
these
both. I like them both.
fists.
It's weird. I was always a dog person growing up and allergic to cats, and then about 10 years ago
You got the right one.
I got a cat. My mom, when my mom died, had a cat.
Yeah.
And we took the cat,
She bequeathed it.
and I had to take like allergy meds for maybe 2 weeks, and then I just stopped. And
Yeah, you
now
get
I'm not
used to the
allergic. The
saliva.
dander.
I just never grew up with them because my mom was allergic. So,
No.
but I had tons of friends that had them.
I didn't grow up
bother
with
me.
pets at all, and then I ended up with
Damn, your parents didn't love you?
No.
Damn.
Fuck, dude. You probably had some whack pet. You
Nah,
probably had lizards and shit, didn't you?
No siblings and no pets.
Yeah, I'm an only child, and
God damn, your
yeah.
parents really didn't want you to have
fucking-
any.
I grew up Polish, Italian, Catholic, bipolar
there's-
mom. Yeah,
See, in my- In my opinion, your parents did
Like,
love you by not having siblings and not subjecting
Polish,
you to...
Italian, Irish Catholic, and no siblings.
yeah.
Somebody kicked your dad really hard in the balls.
Somebody clipped your dad without telling him. Jesus.
Was he in a war? Did he get like artillery fire? You know, like some shrapnel hit his bird or
Spaghetti
something?
bird, perhaps?
Fuck, dude. Is your dad neutered by a fucking high velocity chikorina?
Fucking tortellini coming at him. High speed.
Christ, dude. Oh fuck. I want to talk about Greg's podcast.
Oh, true.
I have
Oh,
a
God.
I have a question. I have questions.
I'm an open book. Go for it.
Is there anybody on the list that you haven't been able to get that's just been on the list forever? Like, who's your grail? Because I've seen all the episodes you've had, and I'm like, he's got most of them.
And I haven't had to go through PR people or anything,
Yeah.
which I think is
yeah.
weird because
Yeah.
a lot of times, like, you'll hear, like we were trying to do, Iodine Records did the Quicksand 30th anniversary, and we were trying to do something with Quicksand. I don't know if it'll happen, but we've had them on before. But like, I just reached out to them, through first, I guess, Instagram and then email.
Shit, you probably get Tom Capone with some perks.
Well, it was the other three guys, but
Okay.
I've tried to get Civ on, and
Zach.
he just can't. Like, he's never available. I don't think he's a big podcast guy. Like, some people just don't like
Yeah.
Yeah.
talking, and I respect that. Like, Jason that does the podcast with me, we had to basically like cajole him into coming on the air. 'Cause
Is he the one who you invited on? You're like, just join and then just sit there, and you just never let him leave, or was that the other?
pretty
guy?
much?
Okay.
Yeah. So he came on.
Game that was at
I think when we did the first LP comp, the way it is, and we said, Jason, just sit on the interview. You can just be
Yeah.
quiet, because we had Capo and Jordan on, which again was crazy because it's
Yeah.
like I don't know how we managed. We just got lucky, and at the end, I think Jordan was like, who's this guy down in the corner? And then Jason started talking, and then we were like, you should come on next time. And then he just stayed on. I mean, I'm so happy he stayed on. Like, I love Hav, but I think it's kind of good to have, for our dynamic, I think it works to have Jason on. Plus, he gives us some cred because I think he's the only one that's been in a band that people care about. And like, so, kind of feels cool. Like, we got the dude from Count Me Out.
Is he the one with the record label?
No,
Or is that the
that's
other guy?
Hav. Yeah, Hav
Okay.
has the Contraband, but
Contraband
No,
Records,
and like
yeah.
just like Jason. I mean, he was doing so much behind the scenes. We're like, dude, why don't you come on? Like,
It's not that big a deal.
'Cause I
Just chill.
I came across the podcast when I was, because you got Kiss It Goodbye on. And first of all, when I was talking to him about it, I was like, he's like, yeah, Greg's got his podcast. He just gets all the old Rev bands. I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense. As long as I've known Greg, that's been like that's his wheelhouse. Then I was like, wonder if he's going to get all the Rev bands and shit. Then I'm like, that's sure enough. And I saw it all, like you posted a thing. I was like, Kiss It Goodbye. I was
Yeah,
like,
Tim Singer and
I was
Keith.
like,
and
shit,
then
dude.
I think we got Andrew, the drummer, on the one.
And I was like, dude, if I knew he liked Kiss It Goodbye, yo, me and him could have been chilling way back and shit.
Well, you know what's funny? Tim Singer is an awesome guy, great front man.
Yo, he's my favorite.
I was a fan of Dead Guy, and for whatever reason missed Kiss It Goodbye until we had to do the episode.
Oh.
And listen, I was like, oh, this is fucking good. Like, it's
Gnarly.
really
Yeah.
good.
It's I like it better than Dead Guy.
Than Dead Guy. Yeah, I mean, Keith too, the guitar player, the guy that he was in Rorschach and stuff.
I get you on that, but I think the reason I always kind of say Dead Guy over Kiss It Goodbye is just for the fact that's the one I heard first.
Yeah, sure.
That's because Fixation's my favorite hardcore record.
Yeah,
So I was
it's
like,
great.
but yeah.
It's great.
And actually, that episode, because they talked about a little bit Fixation, even though it's not him talking about the layout on that, and how they did everything.
I was just like, I'm going to be a real fucking silly goose wise ass like I normally am. It was like, hey, how come you don't have like, one of the Revelation's few metalish releases? And I'm like, you already got Kiss It Goodbye. I mean,
We're trying. I mean,
probably
the
working his
goal-
way down the list.
The goal is to do every one, which is an exhaustive proposition. Like, the more I think about it, like in theory, I was like, yeah, it was during the pandemic, and I'm like, let's to Javier, because I was doing another podcast with a buddy of mine, and I was like, oh, this is really easy. Like, why don't we do this Rev one? And I didn't think we'd get interviews at first. Like, I thought it would be more like
Just waxing poetic about it, kind of.
yeah. And then I reached out on Facebook to a couple. Like, when I first got Facebook, it was like, what, 2008? I would just friend anybody, right?
Right.
Oh, here's Sammy. He was in, Youth of Today. I'm going to ask to be my friend. And then I can be like,
Aw.
I'm friends. Yeah, like, so I had all these people on there. And Sammy, I really have to credit him because he was the only one that replied. He's like, yeah, sure. And then he gave me the contacts to get like the Gorilla Biscuits guys. And then once they came on, it was, Porcell as well is a friend of mine. And
He's been on multiple times.
he's been on a bunch. So he was another one, and he brought Drew in. So then we were able to get like for Into Another. It kind of just goes like that. Like,
I'm looking forward to those episodes.
It's-
They're in
it's-
my queue.
you get people like
Rich
Into
is
Another.
an
We
interesting
had
guy.
everybody
He
that was
listens.
living. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I wanted Zach for Inside Out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Who
there's
wouldn't?
just no way that anybody that had the connection to him is very, I don't know what, guarded about it, which I get.
I mean, have you hit up Sonny Singh?
I was gonna say Sonny's got it now.
But by the time we did the episode, like we did that when, I mean, that was
That's a while
2.5
ago.
years ago.
It
And,
was in the early numbers for sure. I looked
now
at
he
it.
did listen to the episode and he was not happy with it,
Interesting.
which I was just stoked. I was like, whoa, he listened.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't,
yeah,
like,
not the real result I wanted, but close enough.
so the first, because we did it as a two-parter.
What was his criticism?
So the first part we had on Victor Cara
Ooh, that guy hates me.
and who else? Oh,
Original bass player. Yeah.
So
Was Bratton on that one too?
no, he was on by himself.
Oh, okay.
But it was Victor Cara, Sterling Wilson, and Alex Barreto. And
That's it.
I think what ended up happening is on the actual 7-inch, those guys didn't play on it besides Vic, but they were like not even the original lineup, because I think he was originally like it was Zach singing with like all the hard stance guys backing him,
That sounds right.
and I guess basically they just
So was he mad about who you had on?
no, he was mad about what they said.
Oh, well, that's not. So it was nothing that was it because of you.
No,
Nothing
yeah,
you had
just
any- yeah.
more like they
got it
criticized one of the guys that ended up joining, Mark Hayworth. Him and his brother are still to this day like best friends with Zach, And, you know, the guys on the podcast said some sort of disparaging things about them and how they were just like Zach's yes men. And they weren't even happy with us because, you know, I didn't want to necessarily come out and say, you can't say that. Like, and we ended up talking to Rob and Mark Hayworth, and they're super cool guys. So it worked out in that regard.
All's well, I guess.
But, like, because they were in another band on Rev called State of the Nation. But it would have been cool to have Zach. Just because I never understood, like, his reluctance to talk about, like, the hardcore days. I don't really understand it.
Yeah,
And it's
very
also
mysterious.
like I've noticed is 80s dudes are way more open to like people hitting them up saying, hey, do you want to do my podcast, or do you just want to do like a phone interview or something like that? They seem way more open to that than a lot of the hardcore dudes that were actually around when we were around in the 90s.
Yeah.
And for some reason, the dudes that from the 80s and even like the early 90s don't take themselves as seriously as a lot of the people from the mid to late 90s do.
I think it's an age thing, too. Like, they kind of realize, like, you know, sort of like... And, I mean, to a degree, I feel like this. You know, I'm in my 40s.
Yeah.
They feel like Uncle Rico, you know, like with the... back in 82.
See that mountain over there?
Yeah, so it's kind of like,
Bet you could throw his football,
hey,
right?
if I'm going to get a chance to talk about it. But another thing is, it's like, if we're there documenting it, they want to get it right. Like,
Yeah.
the last thing they want to do is have somebody else come on, tell the story, and, you know, in their eyes, get it wrong.
Botch it, yeah.
But, yeah, I thought, Zach never really brings up hardcore anytime he's been interviewed and stuff, and that's his prerogative. Like,
Yeah.
he can do whatever. But it would have just been cool to get his perspective on.
The real question, when are you getting Will Haven?
Are they an actual Rev number? If they are,
Yeah.
we're getting them.
I thought they were.
They did 2 records on Rev.
What was the?
The E-
Crisis, but they also,
Crisis.
I think,
Oh,
was thinking
Christ.
of.
but I think they have.
Are
a
you not
Rev
counting
stuff.
Crisis?
We might do them as like bonus.
Are you
stuff.
counting Crisis?
I keep forgetting that that was a sub-label.
You know what
Yeah.
we are gonna do?
I could have sworn El Diablo was on Revelation. Maybe I'm wrong. Fuck me.
No, it might be. I have. You know what? I have a list.
I'm waiting for you to get every single Rev band so you can finally pivot to Back to Basics records and do a Rick to Life's back catalog.
Javier was on 185 Miles South doing they do like a Rick to Life challenge. Have you ever heard about that?
As someone who's owned the entire Back to Basics catalog, I'm interested in hearing about it.
So they basically will play like a line of a song.
I gotta guess what he's saying.
And they have to guess
Rick,
what
is
he's
that
saying.
you?
The fucking funny thing is like in the 90s, he didn't do that shit on records. Like he's pretty much clear as day on those records. Then he did that one EP on Triple Crown Records, and then all of a sudden it was just like full board. It's like, what the fuck are you?
They do have a catalog number, by the way.
He would do it live because I think he just fucking forgot the words to his own goddamn songs.
That video of them practicing where he
yeah.
practices the everybody
Dude,
in between.
dude.
It's so good.
Were you with us when that Earth Crisis reunion when 25 to Life played?
No.
As the surprise guest. It was
No,
in
I would've
Baltimore.
I would have loved that.
And I think
I'm
they played
pretty
as
sure
the
I
first
was there.
one. Yeah, it was
Pretty
in
sure I was there.
Baltimore. It was
That
like
was-
they played as one like 3 times.
That was the must have been the first
There
reunion.
was three
2008
guys from Delaware were part of Come and Correct for a good long while, and they recorded an album, a Come and Correct album. And the funny thing is like the one guitar player Mark sent me video of them in the studio, and Rick was doing like the everybody in the vocal booth, and I was like looking at it, I was like shaking my head. I was just thinking like the producers and the engineers are just in the booth, or probably like, is he talking to us? It's like, I don't know these songs. Like, how am I going to sing along?
Did
like,
you
what?
book that?
There
Come
is
and
a
Correct
Will
show?
Haven catalog number, by the way.
Is it?
Rev 104, Carpe Diem.
Oh shit, that's like the third one.
I don't know if
I think
maybe
they
I'm missing
probably
one.
just folded because he's right. The EP was on Crisis
Yeah.
Records, so maybe the first full length was on Crisis too, and then they kind of got rid of that Crisis thing. Maybe that's when they just became.
They just said, "We'll put it on." It
We'll
must have
put it on
sold. I
Rev.
mean, I'm assuming
Yeah.
it sold half decently.
Oh yeah, dude, I love that band, but they did nothing but new metal tours
Like they toured with Deftones, right?
constantly. Yeah.
Well, they were from the
That same area.
Sacto.
Yeah.
Sacto.
Sacto.
So I'm assuming if you played those tours, they just by sheer dumb luck, had to sell a lot of records.
Yeah, but some of the offshoots will do, like we want to do. There was an Ink and Dagger 7-inch that actually has a Rev Star on it.
Yeah,
It was
I
like
remember,
Rev
yeah.
distribution, and I reached out to somebody involved in Ink and Dagger, and they seemed interested to do it. So hopefully that'll happen.
That'd be sick.
Hope that works out. That's cool.
And they also did, like, in the 90s, for a couple of major label releases, they distributed it, but it didn't have a star. Like,
Didn't,
No Doubt. They did, like, the No Doubt Tragic Kingdom vinyl.
Wasn't the first Into Another on a major? Was that
They did the vinyl for it. Seamless.
Yeah. Seamless.
That one has a full-on rev number, though. Like, because, in the 90s,
Yeah.
no one cared about vinyl, so I think the major labels said, yeah, fine, you can have.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
same thing with Quicksand Manic Compression.
Well, say, like
We'll do
Helmet,
our CDs.
like all the early Helmet CDs,
was
like
on AMREP, right?
All the ones that were
AMREP.
on Interscope, all the vinyl went through AMREP
Yep.
still, like up until like way later than you'd think. Yeah, because like you said, no one gave a fuck about vinyl at this point in time. So
And now
like,
those records are like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I got my Meantime like for like $1 in like a used bin and like some like bohemian record shop in West Philly like just took the time to look.
An AMREP one?
Yeah, AMREP copy.
Dude,
yeah.
I found
Yep.
a copy of Betty on Baby Blue, and I didn't even collect. I don't even have a record player, and I bought it.
Oh yeah.
I was like, all right, I gotta have it.
Was it the 10-inch? Didn't they do one as like a
This-
double 10-inch or something?
This was an LP and a 10-inch because the 10-inch had songs that just got left off
Okay.
the record. It's I think there's
God,
3
I hate
songs
10
on it.
inches so much. They're the stupidest.
Yeah, and it's packaged really weird and goofy too.
Swarm 10-inch. That's the only one I'll give you. That's the Swarm 10-inch. That's the only one
Dude,
I'll give you. That's
The
great.
Swarm was it the Swarm that had this, or was it Left 4 Dead?
The Buzzsaw.
Yeah, was
It
that
was
Swarm or
it was
Left 4
Left 4
Dead?
Dead, Acrid Split.
Acrid, yeah. Still
There's
one of the
no
greatest
idea.
pieces.
Cool.
That
I
was
still
so
have
fucking
that
cool.
too.
looking.
Yeah, on purple.
I had never even heard Acrid or Left 4 Dead at that point, but in Newark, one of the Newark kids had it in his distro, and I was just like, "Yeah, I'll take it." Just like I gotta have that.
Back to Coming Correct.
Did you book the...
Probably.
Girls Inc. show where
I've
they
booked
played
most Girls Inc. show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They played Crucified twice.
Yes.
Rick brought his record distro, and I remember being like, I'm gonna ask about Sketchy Records, see if this guy, if the rumors are true.
They are
They were.
more so, even more so now.
I remember I saw Janice. Kids were moshing, like dancing super hard.
Yeah.
And Janice's boy got kicked in the face, and then he sat on the bleachers and cried the rest of the time.
Sounds about right.
Oh.
I'm not going to say the kid's name.
Yeah.
I
That's
always
okay.
thought that was-
That's okay. Dave's here next week. I'll just ask
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah.
We got- There's some homework for Dave.
Yeah.
Dave was like, "Oh yeah, that's this guy." But yeah, because
He'll
Dave,
name him, too.
Dave and I, our favorite thing to talk about is the Back to Basics Records catalog.
Yeah,
and
it's
our
great.
love for 25 to Life. But yeah, Rick's distro was fucking funny. One of my friends that joined Coming Correct are like, actually Matt Bennett was in 25 to Life when he got rid of almost all his band and started off with all new people. Mm-hmm. Matt was the first guitar player that got recruited, and he was like, Matt told us, he was like, we can't bring our gear in his van. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, we have to all come separate with our gear.
Because of all of his shit.
Yeah, because
Would they have to
Oh,
help
man.
him carry his shit too?
No.
I hope
Okay,
not.
well, at least
No.
there's that.
So the van
He had
was
so
the
many
van,
bootlegs, too.
The van
remember?
was strictly merch and shit like that. So like, he didn't give a fuck if like you had your guitar, an amp, a cabinet, nothing. And then again, half the time I played with his bands, he would just be like, "Yo, I need to borrow that," and you're like, "Fuck me."
Remember when he had that show, the video online, the barbecue show, where it was like him with a...
With the guitar player outside
Yeah,
and
yeah,
nobody
yeah.
else.
Yeah. And kids
I
were
remember
still
that.
like
Well,
moshing super hard.
dude.
It was under like a tent.
Yep.
But you know, it's
Yes,
it's
it was.
funny because so I was never a fan
Right.
of,
Oh,
I was
of
a
that.
fan.
I'm a huge fan, but yeah, I understand why
remember
people
we
wouldn't
One Up played with the Distance a bunch. Jay Reason and the guitar player Chris.
Him
Legg.
and Jay Reason were like butt buddies, dude. Him and Rick.
Well,
They're
they,
good
you know,
pals.
because
Yeah.
Connecticut and all that. I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I guess where's Rick from? New York.
North Jersey,
Okay.
Patterson.
So they would.
Very
I
specific.
remember the guitar player, Chris Legg. He was like, he had been like involved in hardcore. He was in like Fast Break and like an early, early incarnation, and then kind of like, I don't want to say dropped out, but like was out of it, and then came back to play in the Distance. And I remember him dead serious to me saying like, I was amazed when like 25 to Life wasn't like a big band anymore. Like people like kind of laughed at him.
Yeah.
Because he said at one point they were like the Kings.
Yeah, I think of like that Ray B's Benefit, and like that was like they were like it was fucking
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they like,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
somewhere along the line, I don't know what happened, and but they
He had a bunch of crew dudes in the band at one point. Then all of a sudden they weren't in the band, and he had a bunch of like just non-people in the band. People just stopped caring. And also, I think he did a problem was overexposure. Like you could seriously see 25 to Life in the same city twice in a month. And I'm not talking about like area. I'm not talking about like New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, or anything like that. You could like go see them in like Charleston, like twice in a month on like separate tours. Like, all right, that's enough.
Yeah.
And eventually, because he lived on tour, and eventually people are just going to get tired of it. So it's like, But it was funny. Both Matt says this, and my buddy Mark, who played guitar for him in Come and Correct, were like, he would just shout out the songs. So there's no planned set. And he would, with 25 to Life, he would shout Come and Correct songs.
That's OS.
And with Come and Correct, he would shout 25 to Life songs. And certain members did double duty, so they knew them. But other members would just be forced. Matt, in particular,
follow along.
no, there was times he just had to stand there on stage with his guitar playing nothing while the rest of the band played through like a Come and Correct song. And he's like, I don't.
What was the difference did the bands even have? I remembered seeing both and being like they sound the same.
At first, Come and Correct had way more fast parts and like more, just more like a not really punk style, but a lot of the faster
There's more
songs, faster.
agnostic front.
Yeah, type shit.
Yeah.
And 25 to Life was pretty much just like early metalcore type shit. And then as lineups, all the thousands of lineups,
It became like one.
yeah, it's interchangeable. It's like, what's the fucking point? It's just an excuse to live on tour and shit. But
How the mighty fell.
that would be like another thing, and an impossible thing to do would be like have like a podcast of like where are they now, the Back to Basics band. It's like
Who else was on there?
exactly.
Like that's the thing. I don't even know.
I mean, you can find the dudes from Mushmouth because they were in fucking Wisdom in Chains and shit. It was like maybe about 5 to 10 of the Back to Basics bands you can find certain members still involved. The rest, you're like, you never knew who they were when you saw the 7-inch. You never found out later. Like, I
could
still
just
have
go to,
no
like,
idea who
a-
Daredevil is.
You could just go to like a Lehigh Valley construction site and probably
Yes, and you can find, not only could you find a Back to Basics band member, you could probably find a Come and Correct band member. It's like, Jesus Christ.
talk to the foreman there and be like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm looking for the Back to Basics guys. They're over on lot 6.
It's like, oh yeah, I was in 25 to Life. That guy there was in Come and Correct. I was like, Jesus Christ. That guy produced his rap album. He's like, oh God. I would love to see that just for like, I didn't know these are actually real people in some of these bands, like Stormcore. But like, and I would also, this is a non-joke answer, I would love to see a pre-nu metal Victory Records one would be cool.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
Maybe up to like 2000.
yeah.
So Hi-Fi and the Roadburner.
Oh, absolutely.
They're still. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Dude, it's
Electric
crazy how many-
Frankenstein.
yeah,
dude.
how many good
What,
things
What are you, an asshole? If I don't get a thumb,
Baby Go Pow. Yes.
if I don't get a thumb interview, I wouldn't be surprised if he had a Baby Gopal interview come out.
No.
No.
They were on Victory though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I
That's
have
so-
the record? Yup.
That the song that was on the One Victory style was so good. Yeah, that's great.
I do have the LP I was given. It's like on Baby Blue or something.
I remember the Victory video sampler that had a music video, and it was just that girl frolicking in the woods being chased by the god or goddess Shiva. And there was like somebody in blue paint just hiding behind a tree.
Yes.
And it's like she was just like, oh, I'm in the woods, and then she would like look over her shoulder, and then you'd see like a silly Shiva behind a tree, like just like peek out. It was so fucking good, dude.
If you think about it, though, Victory was like ahead of the curve with like trying to be pro.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they had all the stuff that now I think is
You never heard
fairly common.
You may have heard bad music come out of Victory, but you never heard a bad sounding record either. Like they made sure they're like you're not going to your fucking boy in a basement. You're going to a real studio and like because I imagine some of those bands they had their way, it would just sound like muddy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the best Victory record? Do you know?
Fixation.
Well, yours would be
Fixation.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of contenders, dude. I mean,
Yeah, like,
the
I'm
more
trying to
season
think.
ends. I mean, Destroy the Machines, fucking Progression Through and Learning,
Yeah.
all that shit. Like Jesus Christ,
Yeah, you got like four different types.
the
that
one
are the
record
best.
that only I like, Cast Iron Hike, Watch It Burn.
It's a great record.
It's a fucking fantastic record.
He assigned it to me for homework one time. I loved it.
It's so good.
Gray, the second Gray
yeah,
area record.
The record was on there.
Yeah, like they had a lot of cool stuff.
I got in an argument with, I think it was Matt actually. I told him that Face to Face put out a record on Victory, and I think he didn't, and he didn't believe me. I was like, nah, dude, Big Choice was on Victory.
Yeah,
Look
it was a
up.
different Victory.
Are you sure?
100%.
I thought it was
it's
just
actually funny.
The vinyl version was on.
I went
actual
down
Victory.
that rabbit hole fairly
Okay.
recently because I felt I was sitting there and I'm like I kind of feel like listening to Face to Face Big Choice
Yeah.
because it's a good album.
Yeah. It's
got
This was
Disconnected
maybe
on
within
it,
the
right?
last week.
Is that the one with Disconnected?
All of them had
They all had
Disconnected.
They all
Disconnected.
had- I'm sorry.
And
You're right.
this is the Big Choice is the one where they have that fake studio banter before,
Yeah.
where it's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
British producer guy saying, you know, I would put it on the record, and they say they're not going to, and then it kicks into
Yeah.
it. It was on a label called Victory, but it was like a different label.
Yeah, I was like arguing, like he's like he looked up like the Victory discography and it wasn't on there. But like there was all these gaps on it. Like it would go from like Victory number like 10 to number like,
Yeah, like, what does it
12.
say? It
You're like,
says-
so what the fuck was like? I'm like, it could have been Big Choice, dude. And I was just I was dying on that fucking hill. I would not let it go.
You?
And he was
No.
just like, and he's a huge Face to Face fan, so he was pretty much like, I think you're wrong, dude. And I'm like,
Well,
yeah, man.
Sadly, you were half right
Fuck.
because it was a label called Victory.
Half right is just all wrong. Read it
Yeah.
on the t-shirt, dog.
Read that on the shirt on the
Because I
bottom
remember even at the
boardwalk.
time being like, "Oh, Face to Face is on Victory. That's weird."
And it made sense because weren't they from Chicago?
No.
No,
Face to Face was an LA band, I thought.
Yeah, they
Who
were
was the Chicago?
California.
Oh, fucking the other shitty pop punk band. 88 Fingers Louie was the Chicago one.
Yeah, they were.
That's a
definitely-
name.
Did that? But I don't even think they
did
were
that
on
split
Victory.
with,
Were they?
Kid Diamond.
No.
Yeah.
Yo, I gotta talk closer, don't I?
Yeah, a
Is
little
that
bit.
They
I
did
get on for it all the time, dude. Don't worry about it.
they did Rise Against later though, so
Yeah.
they did pretty
But,
well
like,
for themselves.
Pre-2000s, like other than like 3 or 4 records, Victory could pretty much do no fucking wrong. Like there was rarely something. There's very few early Victory bands that I don't like. The only ones that really didn't click for me, like I didn't really care about Strife. But they had songs. I was like, yeah, that song fucking.
I remember,
Yeah.
like
all
listening
rules.
to them.
Yeah.
I would be like,
All right.
but seeing them live, I'd be like, yo,
Yeah.
fucking Strife's
Yeah.
awesome.
I didn't like him until I saw him.
Oops. Back to Revelation. I was way late to the game with Youth of Today because the first thing I heard from Youth
Same.
of Today was Break Down the Walls. And I was like, it's whatever, right? I don't care. And it took me seeing them live, which didn't happen until we played like This Is Hardcore one year, and they were the headliner on the Thursday show. So
I remember that.
So it was
Oh,
like,
was it the one at Union Transfer?
Yep.
Yes.
With Walter on bass.
Yep.
yes.
Yeah, that was a great.
And I was
set.
just like, you know what? I've never seen them live.
That was a good ass day.
I was like, I've never seen them live. I'm gonna go check this out. And then I was just like,
Get it now?
Now I gets it. And I was just like, because I like all the other like 88 Rev bands, but Youth Today just never clicked for me. Then I'm like, oh, okay, now it makes perfect fucking sense.
Same
The
thing
funny
happened-
thing is like the the way I found out about Youth Today was Warped Tour 1996, maybe. Shelter played.
Yeah, I think that would have been when they played.
And like Mantra was fresh out the oven, and I was just like,
Yeah, back
"This fucking rules!" I was like so fucking stoked on it. Then I found out they all used to be in another band, Youth of Today, and I was always attracted down from the record store, and I was like, I was like, this doesn't sound exactly like the Shelter record I just listened to, and I was like, but yeah, it took me seeing them live, and that was like 2015, 2016.
It was
Yeah,
in the
that was
teens for
2016.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know that I've ever seen them live.
Youth of Today?
Yeah, I don't think I've
Oh,
ever
dude,
gone to any of the
it
reunions.
completely flipped them for me.
You gotta go. You gotta see him once.
Nah.
I'd say
Yeah,
at least.
that's why
They're
I
playing
saw. I
Philly
was like,
pretty
I was
soon.
like,
I love Youth at the, but I'm good.
Are they?
I think so. They might have just played.
I think you're thinking.
I could be wrong.
Maybe thinking. Yeah, I think they just played.
They just played. Yeah, I am
I think
thinking
Gorilla
of GB.
Biscuits just played. Yeah,
GB is the same thing for me. I had to see him before I liked him.
I always liked
Now
GB.
that's a band. Actually, yeah, we're going to
Yeah,
Atlantic
we'll
City.
see him.
Yeah.
But it's weird because like if you would have told me in 1996 or
I
7,
actually saw Civ on that same fucking run.
that would have
show.
been that would have been
Sick of
90s.
it all.
Yeah. That was. See, they had good stuff. Back
Yeah,
then.
dude. Helmet was on it.
But if you would have told me back in
course, the dance hall crowd,
96, 97
Sure.
that like these bands would be
pretty
playing
good.
every weekend, I would
Yeah.
have thought you were crazy.
Yeah.
Like someone would be like, if someone came to me and to a young Greg Pollard at age 15, 16 and said, Gorilla Biscuits are going to play so often that you're actually going to pass on seeing them sometimes because of, whatever.
Well, you got to think about it like this: the bands that you love, I'm just saying generally as far as hardcore goes, have longer, are guaranteed to have longer staying power, not because of like the quality of the music, but just how the people in the band lived.
Fair.
Yeah.
You love straight edge bands,
Right.
right?
So-
So you're like, who's more likely to live forever, Ray Capo or some dust head from New York that had rapped over a Slayer riff once? It's like, I mean, come on, dude.
There's a clear winner.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yo, who's going to be still alive in 2030? Isaac or Walter? Everybody's going to go Walter. Everybody's going to say fucking Walter's going to be there. So, yeah, I would say it's a good chance. If you were like, yo, Dennis, in 2025, you're going to be seeing an irate reunion, I'd have been like, that's not going to happen.
I just can't believe, though, how many groups
Yeah.
are still playing. It gets wild.
And are still good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Gorilla Biscuits
Still put
are
on a
great
good show.
when you see them.
And they're not releasing new music, which is,
Thank God.
nice.
I kind of am fine with that.
Yeah,
No,
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're only doing, because they're not really touring.
Right. They're doing weekends.
Yeah, so who gives a fuck, The only band that really bugged me with that was Cro-Mags, because they played so often and they played one album.
Yep.
Whereas, like,
I was okay with that.
Youth of Today, Gorilla Biscuits, all those bands, they played from their whole discography.
Well,
Most.
Gorilla Biscuits would do a couple Civ songs too. Yeah.
So it
And
wasn't
then
just
Civ started
whereas
doing the sets playing, or like, I guess,
the Gorilla,
reunions
yeah,
and stuff,
they would
yeah.
play some Gorilla Biscuits.
Yeah.
yeah. So and fucking
played Black and Blue, I
Yeah,
think.
whereas you would go see Cro-Mags, it's just like, all right, Age of Quarrel, and like that's not even the record I want to hear.
You want to hear Best Wishes?
Yeah.
I love Best Wishes.
Now, I know I've asked you this. If JJ would have sang on Best Wishes, would it be better than Quarrel?
I think he's definitely the lesser singer.
See, I prefer Age of Quarrel, but I think
It's like
if
dead
if
silent. We're
Like
That's
if
a
he would have sang on Best Wishes,
I think it would be a way different sounding record.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I can't picture him singing The Only One.
yeah.
okay,
Like how Harley gets like that almost like
Because
croon.
then their
Yeah.
styles are so fucking
Yeah.
different. Like, I don't know. I don't.
Well, I'm Team Harley.
Same.
Like especially
Same.
post
Yeah.
2020.
Oh no. Like,
You know what I mean? Like I'll
Goes
go,
without
I'll
saying.
go on record as
Yeah.
saying
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm definitely Team Harley.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yeah, like JJ singing like Death Camps would like I've heard it. I've seen him do it live.
he's
because
done it live.
did you see Cro-Mags when it was him and JJ Harley?
Yeah.
At the Troc, and it was great.
I saw the
with like
I
Vision
was
of
at
Disorder and some couple others.
Yeah, and Bad Brains.
Bad Brains,
And
Well,
Soul Brains.
Soul Brains.
Ugh.
I saw this set where that Hellfest set too.
Oh,
That year, I had gone with my buddy was working for Radio Takeover, and they had like a booth there.
Yeah.
and they were like, "Yo,
Hellfest is canceled.
yeah." It was the year it was outside where it was like they had that Shitty Misfits lineup, Cro-Mags.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
The
don't know,
Shitty Misfits lineup is
Lick
all
Golden Sky
lineups.
played, and Alex sang under the stage the entire time. It was great.
That band was so good.
Yeah,
That band was
Alex
so
is
fucking
easily
legend.
Yes.
That band was so
Legend.
fucking good. I really depresses
Shout out
me.
Word Edge 2000.
Yeah.
It's really fucking bugs me that band didn't get bigger. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
But
And he should be doing something. as a front, right? Like,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think we follow
But-
like bro, he's on social media.
Yeah, but I'm cool with like those bands not releasing new material. But like even like bands like Agnostic Front and Sick of It All who still tour. I'm like, you guys, if you stop making new records, everybody's gonna be fine with it. You got like 10 fucking albums you can draw from, you know?
yeah, the
Hey,
Sick of It All thing's weird because Lou, I remember seeing an interview with Lou, and he kind of talked about how people would usually catch on about 2 records later. So in other words, they'd put out an album, nobody would care.
Yeah.
And then 2 records later, people would be like, "Oh man, why don't you play stuff off of
yeah, it's
yours
like, where the
truly?"
fuck
or
were you
whatever.
like 4 years ago? Yeah.
But I mean, I get if as someone who wants to create stuff, I get wanting to do new.
Yeah.
But it's just tough.
Yeah, just
because,
go to
again,
Europe. Go to Europe and do that. Play
Shit.
those songs in Europe.
Yeah, like people don't.
There's bands way younger than Sick of It All that go that fucking
And
route.
do that, yeah.
But it's a slippery
But-
slope to do new stuff because sometimes it doesn't work out. Like
Yeah,
this
that's what I'm
DYS.
saying.
Remember the new DYS songs?
Yeah.
It's like, don't do LPs anymore. Write 20 songs, narrow it down to a 7-inch. There you go. And, you know, people maybe actually want to hear those songs live. Like, I remember Killing Time putting it out a 7-inch not long ago, well, less than 10 years ago, and it was actually good. And I was like, but do I want to hear these live? Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. But I think some bands have earned the right to take a knee. Like Sick of It All, Agnostic Front. You guys got plenty of shit to choose
Yeah.
from, man.
Yep.
Some of the
Like,
best.
just give us a 7-inch every 5
I agree,
years.
and you wouldn't even say they're coasting. Like, they
No.
work, they work their
yeah,
asses
and
off.
they're still fucking going wild on stage. They're not phoning it in or anything. But then there's other bands. I'm like, no, I really wish you would take a knee. Like, I really wish you would just.
I'm
stop
trying to
it.
think of other, like DYS is always the first one that comes to mind where I'm like, oh, that would have been a stone better left unturned. I mean, no offense, you know.
They played. It was Barbary, and it was like, wasn't it like empty?
I didn't go.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know, some of that stuff, it's like, yeah, don't. Well, there was a new
like they
Gorilla
put-
Biscuit 7-inch, remember?
Yeah.
The one that when they
I forgot
did
that existed.
Most people did.
But the song, I remember, was it one song? Or
I
was it two?
I wasn't into it, but
Oh,
I don't remember it being
alright.
offensive, but I don't remember it being good or memorable.
I've said this, but I feel like only bands from DC seem to be able to write new music, and it's like good. Like Dag Nasty did the 7-inch with Sean Brown a couple of years ago, and it's really good.
I mean, anything Sean Brown. does,
But I mean, I like the new Soul Side.
There's new Soul Side?
Yeah, and like that stuff, for some reason I don't know, they have some kind of little magic power where it's like, it still sounds pretty good.
I think it's also depends if you've gone a long time without putting something out. You probably have such a backlog of riffs in your head, like recorded or in your head. You got a lot to choose from. Whereas, let's say you're like a band, like I haven't been excited about a Madball album in about 20 years, right? So, and they put out something like every 2 years. So if you're like putting out something every 2 years, you're not putting out your best stuff. You're putting out what you've accumulated over 2 years. Whereas someone like, say, Soulside, when was the last time Soulside put
Like
out a record?
89. So yeah.
Exactly. So he's has from 89 till 2023 worth of riffs. He's like, I'll just take the best ones I have, and that'll be the record, and it's going to come out way better. Because he's also had that long time to fine-tune things and fix it up, dust it off, whereas if you feel like you're constantly obligated to put out a record every 1 to 2 years, eventually the quality is just going to get diluted as fuck.
And I always wonder, like, are people buying? I mean, and this is no disrespect to Madball or Sick of It All, because you know I know we're all fans of both.
Yeah, but
like, are people like chomping at the bit for new music? Because I feel like when I see them, they're
one's
playing all the.
But they
hits.
when they do play new songs, people are just kind of like,
Yeah.
like no one's fucking going ape shit for something off the last LP of any of those bands. So I was like, all right. Like, they'll probably, like, listen to it, maybe buy it, listen to it once, or just not even buy it, just stream it, listen to it, and then just forget about it.
Yep. I've done it.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's
I've
be
been
real.
guilty of it, too.
Even not hardcore bands that have been around a long time,
I've
like
super done it.
Like I'm thinking about Hot Water Music. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really. Their new stuff is whatever to me. Like, good on them for still doing it. And,
Yeah.
but like, I want to hear No Division, and I want to hear Fuel for the Hate Game and Forever and Counting, or Flight in a Crash even, or whatever.
Now,
Alkaline Trio.
have you guys run
God.
into the thing of like bands that you love getting back together to play shows, and do you get the sense of dread when they're like, "Oh, by the way, new music's coming," because you're just like, please don't fucking suck.
Yeah.
No,
Please,
because
God, don't suck.
Yeah.
because I'm so happy to see them in that moment that I'm like, yeah. Shut
No,
up.
no.
whatever.
This is after you've seen them when they come back.
Oh,
Yeah, because the best time,
Like posting about it?
the best
Yeah.
time to see a reunited band is before they write new music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
like, and again, sometimes the new music's really good. Like I'll use Quicksand as an example.
Yeah.
Like
Their new records are fucking really good.
They're really good. But like when they first got back together and I saw them, it was just stuff off Slip and Manic Compression.
Yeah.
And that's like the shit we grew up with.
Yeah.
Same with like Lifetime. I remember I wasn't too scared because Dan has such a good track record of
Yeah.
music, and then the Lifetime album was great.
Yeah.
So there was stuff like that. But yeah, sometimes I'm like, I don't know.
Like, I don't know if they, like, this is your wheelhouse. It might be yours, but Botch got back together.
I saw that.
I was a huge Botch fan, right?
Yep.
And they played a bunch of shows. Of course, they didn't go because they were all on the fucking West Coast. But then they
then
put out
North, yeah.
a new song, and I was like, fuck, new Botch. This could be cool. And then it fucking wasn't.
No.
It was
No.
dreadful. And I was just like, gosh, shit.
It's an EP, I think, right? Isn't it 2 songs?
I think so.
Yeah,
I
the single.
listened-
That kind of band, I feel like, would be so. From what I remember of what Botch sounds like, yeah, like it seems like
it's
to do that. and
None
you're
of that.
Yeah.
It's just
old,
like,
it'd be tough. I
it's
don't know.
just bland.
Depends.
It sounds like a third-rate Botch cover band.
I listened to it in the car one time.
I was just like,
we
it was
talked about,
depressing.
and I was like, this stinks.
Same thing happened to me with Bloodlet. They did like another 7-inch a couple years ago.
I remember
Big
that.
Bloodlet
Yeah.
guy.
I loved them, and the new one, I was just like,
I've tried multiple times. I just can't.
Javier from my pod. Javier's more in your wheelhouse of stuff, like the metallic stuff.
I like all of it, man. But yeah, I love me some fucking Bloodlet. But that was another thing. Even when Bloodlet was like a full-on active band, like they would come through and play shows, and half the people at the show would just go outside.
Yeah, I've definitely
But
been
the-
at Bloodlet
But the
shows.
half that stayed in were fucking stoked. Like, they were fucking into it. Like, no one was just kind of like fly on the wall. The people that stuck around, but
I prefer that.
That's what happened with
yeah, I do
No,
as
I'm
well.
serious. Like I prefer.
No, I hear
I'd
you.
rather see somebody where it's like a small amount of people super psyched.
Instead of like you see 1,000 people and 500 of them are just like,
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened when they played A389 a few years ago, or a long time ago now. But
they've also always been a band where they were always the odd man out on the shows I saw them on, except when I did see them with Dead Guy. Like, that was the only time they've ever been like, I've always seen them come through with bands that they just didn't fit.
Yeah, well, they toured with Walleye, right?
Yeah.
At one
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
like-
Yeah, it was like
Yep.
it just didn't fit anything. I was like, Jesus Christ. And so they're really good, but they would like, it sounds horrible to say, but it would suck the energy out of the show. Because it was always like a tonal shift
Yep.
and shit like that. And you're just like,
I
man,
get
this
it.
is
you gotta
You know,
have flow.
new Cave-In stuff is really good too.
that dude. I'm sorry, that fucking guy can do no goddamn wrong.
Yeah, like it's really good. Like I was, you don't like it?
I don't. I like it. I don't love it,
Yeah, that's fine.
dude. I remember when people got really mad when someone was like, "Yo, the new Cave." This is years ago. Like, there's no metal on the new record. Like, it sounds like failure. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, failure rules.
Yeah.
This. I'm like, I'll try this out. And I was just listening to it was Jupiter was the record, and I listened to it, and I was just like, this is better than all the metal Cave-In.
A lot of people's
This is
favorite
bad.
Cave-In record is Jupiter.
I love
I'd
Antenna.
Line.
seen them at the 4040 with like Rainer Maria or something.
Yeah.
Like I was like, how's this? Why is this happening?
Yeah, why?
And then
how's
you
this gonna
spend
work?
And then
the
I was like,
Jupiter stuff.
shit. And then also when they played, they opened for Neurosis and Candiria at the Truck.
Yeah.
And was when he
was
brought out
there.
when he brought out
The laser things.
the
Yeah.
laser gun and kept doing
Yeah.
the slides, and I was like, nah. No.
Well, it's funny because
That's just bummed a lot of people out.
I love.
I came here to mosh.
Until Your Heart Stops. I
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
It's great.
And I actually just put it on recently because they did the reissue.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I was like, this is a legitimate classic
Absolutely.
release. Like, it's flawless. And he does some clean singing on
Yeah.
it. But then I remember getting Creative Eclipses, and it
Oh,
was
the
before the
EP.
internet.
Yeah.
EP,
It was before
yeah,
the
I forgot
internet,
about that one.
and I'm like, all right, he's gonna start screaming soon. And I was
Nope.
like, oh, the first song's like,
Still waiting.
and then the whole thing, and I was at the
Still
time
waiting.
I was bummed. Now I love it, but I was even bummed, and I'm the guy that likes like the pop,
Yeah.
But I loved that Until Your Heart Stops so much
Yeah.
that it took me a long time to accept that other side of them. But I love that other side.
I loved when I heard Creative Eclipses first, then Jupiter, and even Antenna after was really good. I thought it was really good. The only thing I didn't like was the way the dude, like, granted, Philadelphia is full of fucking complete and total shitbag assholes when it comes to heckling. When they first did this shift and they would come through and start playing, of course, the poppier stuff, people would be just heckling like, play this one or play Juggernaut.
Yep. Nope. Yep.
And instead of just
Larry's like, that was me.
Yeah, at the
Instead
Raina
of-
Maria show, I kept being like, Juggernaut.
Yeah.
It was like, who's saying that? I was like,
it's like I am. I'm here to the left.
yeah.
I'm
Dude,
the only-
look, this room's empty. Dude.
I'm the only
you
guy
know
that's
it's
in the
me.
fucking room. I'm the only guy not eating mozzarella sticks right now. All right, and like he would just be like, and there was a few times. Actually, no, I saw it was either Baltimore, or DC, when they actually got pretty much bullied into like finishing their set with Juggernaut,
Sure.
and you could just tell they're all just like,
We're going to do it. But
like. And here's the
not
thing:
gonna
like it. Yeah, we're
they,
not gonna
they
like it.
phoned it in, and it was still super awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, and another thing I hate seeing is when bands come back and you can tell that they just got a check and like their heart is just not fucking in it, dude. And you're just like, I would rather you guys just stayed gone.
Yeah.
First time Snapcase came back,
Oh my god, it was so bad.
it was
Where was that at?
it was in Philadelphia.
Was it the, this
This
is
is hardcore.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd heard that. Yeah, I wasn't there.
I wasn't there. I loved.
I looked forward to that set
Snapcase.
all
So did I.
day.
I mean, I still do. Like you said, progression through unlearning, especially, and
If you would,
Looking Glass
if you
Office.
watched the set by just staring at the crowd, great. But if you watch the band themselves playing it, it's depressing. They're all all of them had that look on their face like I could be playing Xbox right now. Or I could be.
that was
missing
a,
my
know-
daughter's recital.
that was a union transfer show too.
It's like
it was, yeah.
It's like Tim's got a fucking T-ball game. I got to go to that tomorrow morning. It'll be out late tonight. This fucking sucks.
Chris from This Is Hardcore. I think the year before, people were like clamoring for Snapcase for years to play This Is Hardcore. It was either the year before or the year before that. They were he was explaining why people's dream bands were not playing.
Yeah.
And he got to Snapcase and he was like, if the one guy would stop being a race car driver, maybe they could play.
Is one of them a race car driver?
I guess. I just thought it was the funniest
The
sentence.
bass player, Dustin's a cool guy. He's like a big fan of our pod,
Fuck
and
yeah.
like he likes like he's really into like the Minneapolis stuff that I like, Husker Du replacements and all that. But I think he joined. I believe his first record was the one after Progression. Like he joined after Progression. Was
Designs for
recorded.
Automation.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I think he did
Because he
time
was in Threadbare.
Threadbare, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he did time in fucking Boy Sets Fire too.
Sorry.
Afterwards,
He
yeah, I'm
may
sorry to hear
have.
that
He
too.
may have.
That fucking band. Oof.
Not far from
Yeah.
where we're sitting right now, Wiccan Studios.
Pay for my kids' rehab.
All of a sudden, like
Fuck out of here.
something.
You're from Newark, Delaware. Like, motherfucker, you're from Northeast Maryland, dude. Like, get out of here.
It's a big difference, I know.
I was never a fan. If I have to be honest.
I hate Boy Sets Fire so fucking much.
I loved when they'd be on shows though, because I'd be like, all right, I know when I can go get pizza.
dude.
Exactly.
But the heckle was great in
I
Delaware.
was a fan.
I mean, a lot of people
First
love the
demo,
initial
first record?
the initial
Yeah,
era,
the
right?
initial
And then
one. When they
maybe-
Victory, I wasn't.
the first time I actually saw them, they opened for Fugazi.
Huh.
And you know how Fugazi always had a thing where they would never play a show where the door price was higher than $5. For years after that, Boy Sets Fire just started jocking that shit. As soon as they played with Fugazi, they started yelling at kids for moshing and stuff like that. And like that's when I'm like, all right, dude, get your own personalities.
Or how about
And then they went to Europe and were like, wait a second.
Yeah, exactly.
Germany. All right.
what I heard is that they came back with British accents.
Yeah.
Really?
Fucking so
All I know is
corny.
their singer came out of the closet, and then 5 years later, he was married to a woman and had children, and then he came out of the closet again about a year ago.
It didn't take.
And I was just like, yeah, you already did that in like 98, dude.
Yep.
Like, we know.
I remember that.
So he used to talk about it constantly.
on stage and stuff.
We
He
played.
did a lot of
Damn.
talking on stage.
What was the band? He did like a metal band with his son, and then
I know who you're talking about.
we
Because the
played.
guitar player from Boys of Fire also did
Yeah.
a metal band with his son.
We played Mojo.
Oh, it's called
Mojo 13.
Casting Out.
No. That
I know who you're talking about. I can't place it.
I Am Heresy.
Yep.
That's what they were
That's
called.
them.
We played with them and it was
Yeah.
It was. I was like, I mean, it's pretty cool. You're playing in a band with your kid, but I'll tell you what,
then
I
he's- yeah, but
definitely
when
don't
he-
want to play in a band with my son.
Yeah, but like you want to see like a 40-year-old playing with a bunch of like 18 to 20
Like it's cool that
year-olds?
you're doing it.
Like
I
that's
don't.
weird to me.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
good. I'm
That's
good.
weird to me. It's like, oh, we need somebody to take us home after the show type thing. But it's funny. We're talking about heckling. Boys of Fire was always just. Granted, they had good messages when it came to their politics and stuff. All right, it's fine, but it would be 5 minutes of the message and then a 2-minute song and then another 5-minute message and then like a 3-minute song. So you're like, all right, man. Even the most political bands I've ever seen in my life have done this maybe 2 like rants per set, and everything else is jams. It's to the point where people used to bring, you probably remember this, poster boards.
Yeah, shut up. Yeah.
Next song, please. These kids that lived in Christiana, Delaware, the McCurdy brothers, remember them? Little Mutants? They
I think. Yeah.
Robbie
Sure.
McCurdy brought his own PA to a show, set it up in the back of the fucking venue. I think it was St. Andrew's Church. And just like, he would just start talking, you know, the fucking, it's like between songs, and Robbie would just be like, and just like, so like, and there's like, you hear like, and people, you know, need to start stand up, and you just hear, boring.
It reminds me of like
That's
Dwight
genius.
on the Dundies. Oh yeah.
It's just so fucking, and it was like, they would just, first, they would just get all huffy and puffy about it, but they had just gotten a new bassist, and for some reason he was cool because he was just like you could see him just like laughing into his shoulder. It was a kid from another band. I want to say he was in Snapcase.
No, the bass. It was
It wasn't that dork.
Kill Quota.
Okay.
He was in Kill Quota
Oh,
with
with
Joey and
Joey
Shane.
and
Yeah,
Shane and
because
Jeff,
it wasn't
right?
that dork Daryl Hyde anymore. Is all.
No.
With the varsity jack. He had See, that was the thing I was like, especially as a teen, I was like, why is this dude with a straight edge varsity jacket? Like, he should be doing a band that sounds like Hands Tied.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I
Yeah,
want to see,
dude.
like, you know.
And when I first met him, I was a straight edge kid from Delaware, and he had a Delaware straight edge varsity jacket. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
What the
so
fuck?
bad.
Yeah, it was
one
like,
looked bad,
I
dude.
remember, what was his name? Daryl, right?
Daryl Hyde, yeah.
He
Yeah.
lived. He ended up when he moved to Philly. He lived with a friend of mine.
I don't think he did anything musically after that.
He did Knives Out,
Oh, was he in
okay.
that?
and then he did. Oh
shit.
He did that band they did after with the first singer Dillinger Escape Plan. It was
Oh,
called Tokyo, I think.
That's it,
I
yeah.
didn't know fucking Daryl Hyde was in that
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They never had any recordings, though,
He
right?
was a fucking
Tokyo.
asshole.
I think had a demo.
Daryl's a fucking asshole. I did not like anybody in that fucking band.
But it's crazy. They're huge in Europe.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you watch and you're like, I've seen video, and it's like thousands of people just like
I think,
bouncing.
like, I used to get annoyed with them when they would play in Delaware just because the shows, just as they would always just, they were just annoying people. And I was like, but everybody else fucking loved them. But then I remember seeing them in Philadelphia and also College Park, Maryland, and it was the same shit. People were just like,
Yeah,
you know, just like tapping their wrists and shit. Like, come on, like, fucking, like, just move along. Oh,
I think the
damn
only
it.
time I saw him in Delaware, the movie Life played.
They used to play St. Andrew's Church. Like, they
I
always,
think it was there.
because they could only book them at St. Andrews because that's when they were like at their peak.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So
sure. that's
we
where
couldn't do it
was.
at the smaller places. It just wasn't possible.
They're another one that like broke up and then got back together and then broke up. Like,
Yeah.
I feel
And
like
now
they
just play. Yeah, like yeah.
Yeah. And
just
now-
don't say you're breaking up. I never
Yeah.
understood. Like just
go away.
Yep.
just like don't do
Or
anything and
don't
then
say anything at all. Just like
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, just
Hey,
go
it's
away.
our first show in a couple years, and like that's all you got to say. We're like, all right, cool. You know?
Yeah.
But now they're just you
Making a big to do out of it.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
That
it.
nobody asked.
know. Yeah,
for.
the last time I saw Nathan Gray, he was just coked out of his mind at a fucking college party in Newark. And the funny thing is, at the point, I think even I was like 30 and too old to be there. And he's older than me. And I was just like, Jesus Christ, dude, this is sad as fuck. He was at a party. Remember that dude that used to work at Burt's Records, Lee?
Yeah.
With the dreadlocks? He was over his house. And I was just like, this fucking dude. Shook out of his fucking mind.
Was that the house right off Main Street?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was a Lee and that girl Maria lived there. Yeah. But on to some jocularity. Are we doing news or are we doing the other thing?
I've got news.
You got news?
I like news.
You guys like current events?
I
do.
Fucking stoked on that shit. It's the best way to have events.
I love current events.
I get all my current events from you guys.
Aw.
nice.
That's how I know. That's how I know what's going on
I
in the
get it all
world.
from him. Yeah.
So, a man in Wayne County, Michigan, allegedly, let's see, I'm trying to see what he stole.
Wait, what?
Oh no!
Come on, Thomas.
He was in a police chase. That's what it was. And to flee from the police, he went into a Walmart and put on a uniform and tried to blend in.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of a sick hack.
Like a
right there.
Walmart uniform or a police
Yes.
uniform?
Well, Walmart, they just wear a navy vest.
Right.
So you can just grab.
That's
How good would it
easier.
be if he was like, I'm gonna be the fucking greeter. Fuck these guys. Let's see if I can pull this one off. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna try to be the
Thanks
guy.
for coming today.
But they would
Push this
know.
little guy
They would
out of
know.
the way.
They would know he wasn't real unless he was like 80 or older.
Yeah.
It's
They'd
true.
be like, "You're too young to be a greeter."
So
Because I thought you was like saying like he changed like into a cop uniform.
That's what I thought. Like a Halloween.
yeah.
Like they had a
It's around
Halloween.
Halloween,
costume.
right? Is he at Spirit Halloween?
a state police helicopter was patrolling the area near Ford Road and Mercury Drive in Dearborn, Michigan, and troopers noticed a Dodge Charger driving recklessly. Police tried to perform a traffic stop, but the 20-year-old Redford man did not stop. The helicopter continued to follow the vehicle, which was reported stolen, for about 45 minutes as he traveled through the roadways. And then the police say the man parked in the Dearborn area Walmart parking lot, went inside the store, and tried to disguise himself as an employee.
That's sick.
Way too young to be a greeter. Then 20.
Yeah.
I
He
think
should have
it's
just stayed out and pushed carts.
It'd be fucking
Yeah.
great. It's like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
Mr. Jones get on the floor. It's like as you can see from my name tag, my name is not Mr. Jones. It's actually Laszlo. And please enjoy your shopping trip here today.
He was identified by troopers in the back storeroom, and the suspect ran through the store again until he was taken into custody by the door. The suspect pretty much checked all the boxes for what we have been seeing lately. Police Lieutenant Mike Shaw stated in a post on Twitter. Reckless driving, failing to stop for police, and having a stolen car. But yet again, you can't outrun a helicopter, so now he's
All
in
the
jail.
signs, what being a badass dude,
I mean, tight
being
as fuck.
fucking cool.
I'm on break from the layaway department, man. Like
I just imagine like
trying to drink my Coke.
he's just like stuck in like cereal boxes, like. and the cops like run past him, and all of a sudden one of the cops is like, "Wait a minute!"
Blake backs up.
I don't know what the average duration of a police chase is, but 45 minutes sounds like a pretty long
Long.
time.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was probably running out of stamina, so he's like, "Fuck!" I got thinking on his feet, grabs a smock. Dude, this guy's a fucking innovator.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta give some credit.
Yeah, like knock some time off his sentence. You know,
He should have got away with it.
knock it to murder too.
He would have gotten away with it.
If it weren't for those meddling cops.
Cops.
It's like instead of calling it time served, like time being a rascal.
All right, so we got a teacher fired after asking students to write their own obituaries on the day of an active shooter drill.
Damn, goth teacher.
Yo.
Just bumping Sisters of Mercy, just like students, you're all going to die soon. How do you want to be remembered? And you're like,
Did he do it like the teacher do it in response to the school shooting? Like, well, you know, they're so rampant, may as well, like, or was it just a horrible coincidence? Do we know?
I think if he's on the faculty, I gotta say he probably knew the thing was coming.
Dude,
Just a depressed janitor.
this is what happens when you don't let teachers drink on the job.
Yep, going back to a couple few weeks
Yeah,
ago.
you gotta have their spicy coffee, dude.
What state was it in?
Arkansas.
I saw the sheet. I won't cheat.
Arkansas?
I think
close.
Greg's obviously in the right area. Florida?
Florida. Florida's right.
No shit.
Psychology
It's East
teacher.
Arkansas, basically. Yeah.
Sure. They call it the Arkansas of the South.
Exactly.
Psychology.
The Arkansas to the left.
I'm still on this teacher. Like, did anybody actually write their own obituary? That would be kind of funny. Like, just to...
Why do I think that's like a sick idea? Like,
It's a super sick idea.
This means it actually doesn't make a difference. What grade?
11th through 12th. It's right around the time
And
you
know
get real
damn
angsty.
well that's when you were like an angsty, maudlin little piece of shit. You
Yeah.
probably already had one written in your mind, if not your journal.
Can you imagine one of them just like, oh, yeah, I already got it right here.
It's like way ahead of you.
Easiest grade ever.
It's like I had to update a few references since this is like 5 years old, but here you go, dude.
Oh, Greg.
Yeah, it's like, fuck, dude.
Psychology teacher Jeffrey Keene told NBC News he believes he used proper judgment for the assignment for the 11th and 12th graders during first period Tuesday at Dr. Phillips School in
It
Orlando
got at him
High
early,
School.
too.
Yeah, dude,
I
right?
know. First period of the
Not
day.
even being funny. I pictured this being like an after lunch
Like, yo,
assignment.
it's like, yo, Mr. Keene, switch to decaf. Jesus
Is there a
Christ.
picture of the teacher? I thought I saw a picture.
If he
Let's
doesn't
see.
look like Robert Smith, I'm gonna be pissed.
No.
He looks like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's in black. It's like
After-
Santa
okay.
in mourning.
I was right. After being told about the drill on Monday, he said he felt the obituaries would help the students reflect on their lives during the school shooter scenario.
Yeah, he could just say he was making a statement about the current political climate.
This
and people
isn't
call him a hero.
This
I'm
isn't
already
a way
calling him
to
hero.
upset you or anything like that, he recalled telling his class of 35. It wasn't to scare them or make them feel like they were going to die, but just to help them understand what's important in their lives and how they want to move forward with their lives and how they want to pursue things in their journey. So he was trying to get all fucking
So it's just bad timing. I don't know.
awful
You know, we're
timing.
chalking up to a bit. You know, just having a rough one. You know?
By
It was a Tuesday.
Yeah.
It was a Monday. By second period, Keene, who'd just been hired in January, said students from that class were telling him that they were being interviewed by school officials about the assignment. And then before the end of seventh period, he was fired.
It would actually be. It would have been even funny if there was like a post note like he actually was the janitor.
Like, there's no Mr. Keene at this in this district.
Man, so he only lasted like
A day.
8 weeks.
Something
He was hired in January.
Let's
When
see.
did this happen?
A couple weeks ago. So a month.
man.
Literally,
Yeah,
literally
a
a
handful
month.
of months. Let's see.
You imagine going home to your family if he has
Got
family.
fired today.
Tell him.
Fell off the jetway again.
This might be telling. Keene said, "If you can't talk real to them, then what's happening in this environment?"
Yeah, it's dangerous minds. You know what I mean?
This
You gotta
motherfucker's
turn your seat around
Exactly,
and you
man.
gotta
Put your hat on backwards.
Yeah.
Keene 63. In my mind, I've done nothing wrong. He said he was a new hire and not a member of the teachers union and thus has no recourse to reverse the district's decision.
I don't know about you, but it sounds like me like he's more of a drama teacher.
Wait, he's 63?
63.
Like, do you ever look at a picture like that
definitely
and go,
lives
fuck,
alone."
we look older than we think we look? Because, like, to me, I'm like, that dude's like 75.
yeah, definitely. Maybe he
Yeah,
probably
that look there is probably about 3 years off for me. Only his hairline's way more respectable than mine.
It is a good hairline.
Well, if
It's
you
a
were
good
ever a
fucking
teacher,
hairline.
is that something you would do? Have him write
Dude, like
obituaries?
11th and 12th grade, yeah. Like, depends on what you're teaching. Like, you're teaching like a creative writing class. I think it's a fucking great assignment.
psychology.
yeah. I was
Even
gonna say
that.
Oh, he taught psychology?
yeah,
I mean,
Yes.
real talk, like, I think, you know.
It's not like he was teaching art. It's like
But still
wasn't a
that day.
Spanish
it's like, all right, get away from the pottery wheels. We're gonna write our obituaries. You know, it's like, oh fuck, dude.
Or the gym teacher.
I can't,
Johnson, climb down from that rope.
Shower up.
Yeah,
We got work to do.
it's like,
There's actually no psychology class in this curriculum, so I don't know.
yeah. It's like,
But
dude,
like, at least it was 11th and 12th. Like, imagine if you're like, oh, it was kindergartners.
Yeah.
yeah, but I guarantee you,
Here are your
I was
crayons.
making a statement about modern society. People are like, yeah, well, you can't say
Can't
he's
win them
wrong.
all. They can't all be winners.
The little kids at the special book bags.
Then as soon as
Damn.
like Timmy, yours was the best, then the guy just blows his own brains out.
Oh man.
It's just like, fuck.
I sent you that video of the girl. It's like, do you mind if I finish myself off?
Yes!
And he's like,
Dude.
no, go right ahead. And she just
He's like, oh man, that was just out of this world. Also off to the side here, bang. I saved that video on my Instagram and I watch it probably on a weekly basis.
yeah, it's a really good
It's like,
video.
yeah, do you mind if I finish myself off? I'm just really close. Oh yeah, go for it. And he's just like, oh, that sure was something. Just pop. And he's like, oh my god. It's just like, yes. Like I really think like he probably just would have R. Bud Dwyer right after like giving like the last grade in his class. You guys have made me a happy teacher. I just like, oh,
I placed an envelope on each of your
I don't want to hurt anybody.
now kids, stay seated. I don't want anybody to get hurt. This thing can hurt you. Yeah, it's fucking great, dude.
I got one more story.
Okay.
This seems like something Dennis would do if you pursued what's it called, later education.
I barely before the early education. Am I right? Mm-hmm.
So a teenager applied to a college, and the college wrote him a rejection letter,
Damn.
and he answered the rejection letter with the rejecting the rejection.
Damn.
What if they were like,
That's
you
what's
got
up.
us on a technicality.
You're in. You're in. Full ride.
That's like a Christopher Nolan movie, dude.
That's right.
Holy shit, dude.
Rejection.
Yeah, like
Rejection.
honestly, if this were the '90s, that would be like Haley Joel Osment would be in that. Like he would be the kid
He
writing
was
the rejection.
accepted the whole time.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
It's no surprise that receiving college rejection letters, especially from a top school, can be extremely disheartening. However, one high school student chose to actually respond to a letter of rejection she had received from a rather prestigious university and refused to take the denial of her acceptance upon their upcoming freshman class. This isn't a picture of her. This is just some fucking YO on TikTok. So she applied to Duke. In March 2015, Siobhan Odell, a 17-year-old high school student, received her long-awaited decision from Duke University. Instead of hoping for an acceptance, she was disappointed to have received a rejection letter and wasn't going to be part of their 2015 freshman class. Instead of being upset by the rejection, Odell decided to do something unique and responded directly to Duke University's admissions staff. Odell also decided to share the email response on her Tumblr page, which quickly went viral.
What did it say? To say y'all corny? It's,
Yeah.
Just a middle finger.
I got it.
no.
JK. After careful consideration, I regret to inform you that I am unable to accept your refusal to offer me admission into the fall 2015 class. The high school senior joked that she had been fortunate enough to receive other rejection letters from the best and brightest universities in the country. Despite Duke's outstanding success in rejecting previous applicants, you simply did not meet my qualifications.
Oh.
Therefore, I will not be attending Duke University's 2015 freshman class.
That'd be funny though. Yeah, seriously. It's like, yo, I just read this whole letter and I see what y'all are saying, but nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's more your speed.
That ain't gonna work for
That's
me.
like when George Costanza's girl, he tries to break up with his girlfriend. She won't let him. She's like, no.
Or when he got fired and he kept going in.
Yeah, that's what Larry David actually did that. That's based off of a real
Damn.
story, but because that's what
Well,
that's what
this
I
girl,
thought too.
this girl,
She should just showed up.
Yeah.
Start moving.
Right?
Yeah. So despite or while Duke isn't considered Ivy League, the institution is still known as one of the top schools in the country, extremely selective when accepting applicants.
Apparently.
Duke's acceptance rate is 8.9%. For every 100 applicants, only 9 are granted admission. Duke promptly replied to Odell's email, and while they didn't change their mind and offered her an acceptance, they attempted to clarify why their acceptance pool was as small as it is.
I hope she keeps like going like a letter back and forth like for like a couple years.
I mean, this was 2015, so yeah.
It's like
And that little girl
I read
grew up to be.
I read your response to my response.
She's
Yeah.
now on the board of Duke University.
That girl's name? Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
AOC.
The world's sexiest Timberlands stunt woman. I just fucking great. It's like obviously just kept it going. Just a huge letter chain for like years and years.
She
and
should
years.
have done like this guy I knew who's homeless, lived near college in the like in underground, and then somebody's term paper fell down there, and then he read it. And he gave him advice, and then slept outside in the van for a little. Then eventually moved in.
Patrick Dempsey was part of
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. That took me way too fucking long. That took me way too fucking long.
Madonna
Dude.
played in the background. That song. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh, Madonna.
That's all I got.
And that's
news.
when we knew it was with honors.
That took me way too long to figure. I'm like, what the fuck is Greg talking about? Like, wait a minute. Then as soon as
I'm a janitor at a high school.
Then as soon as you said Patrick Dempsey, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Fuck me.
All right, you guys ready to play a game?
Yes.
Always.
Oh,
right,
I
so-
love this game so much.
As you know, as listeners, we have a reoccurring segment on the show where we are going to read you some band names, and as people with experience in hardcore, you know these names are fucking stupid sometimes.
Yeah.
This game is called Is It Euro? You have to tell me whether or not this band is from Europe or not from Europe. And bonus points if you can narrow down what country they are from, if they are Europe, or if you can narrow down, say if they're American, what state they're from.
Or even the other ones.
Their locale.
If you get the continent right, we'll give it to you.
Antarctica.
It depends. Yeah. It depends.
Metallica
Is this off the metal database?
Yeah,
Encyclopedia Metallica.
I like the one you do better because it's.
Do you know how long it takes to cultivate those lists?
No. No, I was a big varied distribution catalog guy.
Oh, fuck, same, dude.
Yeah, so like with yours, I know them. I was knocking them down.
Dude.
We may have to talk off air and submit some names then.
Yo, definitely. Because, dude, I think
the
second time I did it, I actually had to hit up Janice and I think Matt to like, look, I've only got about 10. I need like 10 more.
Janice probably had all of them in his fucking
Oh,
collection.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I still have 2 varied distribution catalogs.
Most of the stuff I brought up on mine
I saved
that I
everything,
did, I had the actual records.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like I
Like
was.
Janice would be like, oh, Piss Bucket? I have their 7-inch.
I have that 7-inch.
I'm the only person that had the 7-inch because there was only one
They
made.
were great. I have a test press.
And for the Patreon listeners,
Oh, yeah, dude.
if the band names are
Super
good enough to make the cut, we'll do a listening party
Do
later.
the battle of the bands around.
Like,
Yeah.
what was it? Heavy guitars?
I won't spoil it, but
I will.
you'd be surprised. You'd be shocked.
The name is very misleading.
Yeah. You would be shocked. You guys ready to play?
I'm ready.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
All right. First entry. Nature of the Beast.
That's actually a sick name we talk about.
It's European.
Okay.
I was going to say they're from like Scandinavia somewhere.
So Europe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck, I'll be odd man out. Non-Europe.
Dennis is right.
I'm rarely right.
California.
Okay. You're saying California? Any guesses, Greg?
Japan.
Okay.
Nature of the Beast. Nature of the Beast. Can I get a genre?
Death/thrash metal. Sorry.
Yeah, see, that was
I
think-
stick with.
Not very
I
specific.
think West Coast. But since he already said California, I'll go Washington State.
Well, I'm giving Larry a point because they're from Palm Desert, California.
nice.
Son of a bitch.
There's one up your alley, maybe. Vegan black metal chef.
That's not like the genre. That's the name.
That's the band. The
Oh,
band's
I
name.
think I've seen on YouTube he like sings the songs as he's prepping things. I'm gonna say they're from Norway or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Europe.
Europe.
So like he's
Europe.
making like a meatball sandwich while reading Mein Kampf and playing trebly metal.
Yeah, where's the sweet? I'm gonna say sweet. I immediately thought Swedish chef, so I'm
Yeah.
going Sweden.
Europe.
I guess I'll be odd man out again, and then I will say South America.
You're
Come to Brazil.
You're only correct in that they're not Euros. Orlando, Florida.
What?
Are you sure that's not Europe? Are we really?
You know, they call it the Europe of the South.
God.
All right. Yourself.
Spell that.
Yeah, SEL or C.
CELL : yourself.
Damn, that's saying you're your own prison, dog. This motherfucker is deep as the fucking Marianas Trench.
Are we saying Euro or not Euro?
I'm going not.
Okay.
I'm going not.
I'm going to say they're from Phoenix, Arizona.
So not Euro.
Oh,
Yeah. I try to narrow it down as
that's
much
like
as I can.
that's like the Western New Jersey.
You all get
I'm
you all
going-
get a point. They're not Euros.
Yes.
I didn't even say which one I thought, dude. You didn't even get a chance to answer, dude.
Please.
It's my show. No, Jersey.
Okay, well-
I'll say Jersey.
Jersey,
He said.
Said-
I'm gonna say.
I said Arizona.
Arizona.
I'm gonna go like Maine, like north.
Greg is closest. Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
So they're
Does it give it a
grunge.
genre? Yeah, right?
Drone / doom metal.
Okay.
Huh? That's
Yeah.
not a name I'd pick for a drone / doom metal band.
Yourself. All right. Dinosaur Doomsday.
That band played at the Honker Burger in Doug. So wherever. Funny. So that band definitely has a back patch on Roger Klotz's jacket.
Hey, funny. All right, I have a serious answer. Pangea.
Smash like you miss Pangea.
God damn it. That was good.
Oh, fuck.
What is it? Dinosaur.
Dinosaur Doomsday. I'll give him a half point bonus point.
That
That
was
was just
good.
really
That was
funny.
good.
Dinosaur Doomsday.
I really hope every
I'm
single
gonna
song
say
is
not
about that event.
European.
Not Euro. Okay.
I'm gonna say European.
Okay.
I'm going to say Japan again.
So not Euro.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't believe in dinosaurs. They believe in kaiju.
Greg and Larry get points because they're not Euros.
Okay.
I'll give you one more chance if you can narrow it down. It's not Japan.
Okay.
What type? What type of music?
Groove metal.
Groove
Of
metal.
course, there's groove in it.
And
Oh,
you said not
Brazil,
Euro.
South America.
Not Euro.
Yeah, like Brazil.
Okay.
South America.
Greg, comment?
Detroit, Michigan.
Canada.
That was kind of
That's pretty fucking close.
It is pretty close.
Yeah.
I'll give you another half point.
It's like, what, 30 yards?
Yeah,
Yeah, what part of the mitten is
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
true.
It's the one that comes back over.
Yeah.
Part where the frozen booger is.
We may have an entry for the list.
Oh, shit, for the best of list?
Bell Tower Sniper.
Well,
Where did higher learning take
that's what I was
place?
ready to say. I was like, well, I guarantee you this band only existed in 1993. Do it for the white race, Remy. Like,
Bell
no.
Tower Sniper.
The only band I couldn't get a genre for.
Okay. I'm going to
We
say
can-
they
we can-
hail from
you can guess what.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Do they hail or do they heil?
No. I take my answer back. I might
shit.
regret it. They are from like central Pennsylvania.
So not Euro.
Not Euro.
Okay.
Central Pennsylvania definitely is a good guess if it's something sketchy.
I'm going not Euro, and
Okay.
I'm going to go even more specific. Central. I'm saying Reading, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, like, you want to narrow it down to the venue they play at? I will give you their next two show dates, dude. I will say also the United States, but I'm going to go with. I'll say Nebraska.
All right. You're all right. They are from the United States, and they're not Euros. And I'll give you all one more chance if you can narrow down the state, because none of you are right.
Because we're the only people that have
What type
fucking
of
mass
music?
shooters.
It's the only one I couldn't get a
That's
genre
right. That's
on.
right. That's right.
The only
The
one.
genre is awesome. No.
Oh, actually, yeah.
It's got to be like a fucking slam metal band.
You know what? I'm going
Where the fuck?
Georgia.
Okay.
I'm going to say Georgia.
Oh,
say-
so okay.
I'm
wait,
going
I'm going to be
something.
bummed if that's the answer because I'm going to say, I'll say they are from West Virginia.
I'm saying
Okay.
the bell tower shit that happened in higher learning, wasn't that based off something I think in California? So I'm going California.
Bingo.
Man.
Sacktown.
Yeah.
All right.
Yo, remember that shit when fucking Busta Rhymes just started beating the fuck out of
Yeah.
Nazis, dude? You're like, damn, Busta Rhymes is pretty fucking cool. Because remember that fucking movie? They had this one gigantic Aryan dude in it who looks like this dude I used to always see in Westchester. His name was like Nako. And he was like this badass dude the whole movie. You're like, he's going to fuck somebody up. He's going to
Yeah.
fuck somebody up. He steps like onto a curb and Busta Rhymes just puts him out.
Yeah.
Just fucking out. I was like, fuck yeah.
Okay.
Then he was like, give me some more.
Next entry.
Sorry.
Give me some.
Kentucky
Kentucky.
was the greatest. What?
Kentucky Fried Doom.
Ugh.
It's
Fuck.
the. I'm
Guess
going-
what genre they are?
Guess what genre?
Chicken core.
Gore Slam. Yeah. That'd be funny if they weren't a doom band.
The Euro or not? Experimental stoner. So
Well,
same fucking thing.
I'm saying the obvious. It's a doom band from Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm
Euro.
going not
Well,
Euro.
not Euro.
Something that creative is going to be something really fucking on the nose.
I'm gonna say England.
Okay. Larry and Greg are right. They are not Euros.
Okay.
I said not Euro too.
Yeah, but it's your show.
I mean,
You already win.
Dennis.
I don't know
Dennis.
these. I don't know these. This is all new to me too.
Oh, you know you listen to this band.
Probably.
right.
No, here's the thing. If they
It's
make the greatest of list, we actually on Patreon we sit down with like 20 bands that we thought the names were super super insane, and we have a listening party of all the bands.
I liked your Guess Who idea. That was. It's
Sitting
such.
right over there.
That's an amazing idea.
Best $11 ever spent on eBay.
Now,
That's
I
gotta-
would have. I would have let you borrow it.
well, I'm doing drunken Scrabble too.
Okay.
So
I think we have a Scrabble too. So
Fuck yeah, dude.
did you say Georgia?
that was the last one.
Yeah, he said Georgia.
On the
Oh, yeah.
last bell tower.
Yeah, 'cause I said
sniper
England for
shooter.
So
I
you
said that
said.
I said
you said
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'll give you one more chance because you didn't say the right.
one. Okay.
You said right.
I will say
But it's not Euro.
Tennessee.
It's America. Yeah.
it's an okay. Texas.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
No. Middletown, Connecticut.
Huh. Oh, that doesn't make sense.
No.
That's stupid.
Don't worry. The one thing I've found that's consistent with these lists is that it's always dumber than you think it is.
Because like if they're from Kentucky, it would almost like you'd be like, all right,
Yeah. Right.
not the name I would choose, but
Next up, Spanking Hour.
That's Euro.
Okay.
spanking hour.
Euro.
Okay.
I'm gonna say not Euro. I'm not gonna narrow it down yet.
Dennis and Larry are right.
Germany.
Like I just like I'm always like
Germany.
I'm always like if it's like something in English, I'm like, oh, it's got to be in one of the English speaking countries. It rarely is.
Yeah.
So don't ever let that think because every time I'm like, oh, it's obviously English speaking country, and it's like Barcelona. It's like, fuck it.
Barcelona.
Barcelona. Spain. España.
No, you're both wrong. Italy.
Huh.
It's the same thing.
It's not at all.
It's full of oily, swarthy gentlemen. Uncut gentlemen. My favorite kind. Uncut gentlemen. Gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Ah, fuck me.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Acid UFO death cult.
Fuck yeah.
You know what? I don't care. I just want to listen to it.
Where does Tom DeLonge live? San Diego, California.
It's a band with Tom DeLonge, and they recorded the record in Joe Rogan's studio.
The mothership.
And JJ does backup vocals on it.
Hell yeah. So are we saying Euro or not
Pandemic.
Euro?
I'm going not
What's the name
Euro.
again?
Acid UFO death cult.
No. Well, are we considering England Euro?
That's the
Yeah.
most Euro.
Okay, then Euro, because I'm going to say England.
Okay.
I'm gonna say not Euro,
Okay.
but it's also not United States.
I'm going to
Okay.
say not Euro.
Larry is right,
Fuck.
but they're not from the UK. I'll give you one more chance
Oh,
for a bonus point.
Germany.
no. Belgium.
Italy again.
Damn.
Sons of
Fucking
See?
Italians.
Italy, taking all the good names.
Here's one you'll never expect.
This is what caused Spaghettisburg, the Battle of Spaghettisburg. They took all the good names, so we just shot meatballs out.
We fought back. Is what we did. We were taking the names back.
He's lost his leg. Rub pesto on it. Oh, fuck.
Is that gangrene? Nah, it's pesto.
It sure is tasty.
He's got a good crusty
wound.
bread.
Ready? Alien fucker.
Because
That's like something my kid would call me. Like, alien fucker.
You
Like,
wouldn't be far off. So it's like, is it saying like you alien fucker, like in like you alien and you're a fucker,
Or that you fuck
fuck
aliens.
aliens?
Yeah.
We don't know.
See, this is something you could be doing in your podcast: is taking these bands, tracking them down, and having podcasts like alien fuckers. Walk me through that. Just like explain where you came up with that. Well, there's aliens and there's fuckers.
Euro or not Euro?
Euro.
Euro. Yeah.
Not Euro.
Greg is right.
Oh, son of a
I'm going to say they're from Roswell, New Mexico.
Oh shit!
Pretty on the nose. They're from Israel.
Really on the nose.
Hey, those are the chosen people.
That's true.
Watch your tongue.
I can laugh.
That's
I'm,
why-
I'm 9% Jewish.
That's why.
Hell yeah.
That's why the aliens visit them because they are the chosen.
Did you
people.
do that's how they track you if you do one of those
I know.
things. You're
Well,
just in
that's-
a database.
I'm
well,
just in
that's
the
why-
database. My spit.
That's why the Jewish slaves built the pyramids so they can get a hold of the aliens to fuck them. It took thousands of years.
Yeah, I see the Stargate.
I've seen that shit, dude. You're telling me Kurt Russell isn't a fucking son of Abraham, dude?
Now, I'm gonna
Yeah, with that flat top. Yo.
I'm gonna preemptively add them to the list because they're gore grind. I
Oh
want to hear
god.
it.
I really hope there's just like Gleep Glorp like samples. And then he's like, brrrr. You're like, yeah.
So we're about halfway through the list.
These
It's just
alien
that
fuckers,
It's
dude.
just that Jetson song, that eep, op, oop. Yeah, it's just that.
And then- but just like a brrrr.
Fuck yeah! All right,
I would listen to that.
malevolent sneaker tooth.
You know what? Seriously, that's Jeremy Tingle. Loves sneakers, has malevolent teeth. So Delaware,
Okay, so not Euro.
not your Delaware.
I'm going to say,
I'm going to say not Euro, but I don't think it's the United States.
I'll be the odd man out. I'll say Euro.
Ah, you should have gone with not. They are from the U.S.
It's Jeremy Tingle's band.
Can you narrow it down?
I just did.
Try again.
He's going with Delaware.
Washington.
Malevolent sneaker what?
Malevolent sneaker tooth.
What's the genre? Give me the genre.
Death. Just says death. I'm assuming death
Like
metal.
death.
It's not specific,
Dying.
so
Dying.
Just the concept
Yeah,
of
yeah.
they're so that's how heavy.
So
they are.
what the teacher was from
All
Florida,
made up,
right?
It's
The
all made,
obituary
I was gonna say,
team,
all made
Florida.
up. All made up of kids who wrote their own obituary.
Yo, that's a great EP. I'd buy it. I'm saying they're from. I'll go New England, New Hampshire.
Oh, you're really close, actually. Providence, Rhode Island.
Ah, son of a bitch.
I'll give you a half
From
point.
Cranston?
I'll give you a half point because you're really close. All right, the Hobbits of the Shire.
Well, it's pretty much in the name, isn't it? I mean, they wouldn't lie.
Where's the Shire?
Just that Bilbo.
So I'm going to say New Zealand.
Okay,
It's true. That's where the Shire is, man.
so that's not Euro.
Yeah, New Zealand's not in Europe.
I'm gonna say European.
Okay,
I'm gonna say European as well.
Greg is right. They're not Euros.
But they're not from New Zealand.
No, I'll give you another chance.
Should I?
Hobbits of the Shire.
This has to be like either gothic metal or folk metal or like neo-pagan shit.
Melodic.
Yeah,
death metal.
it's
Yeah.
just death in June.
I'm gonna say Canada.
Like that type
Exactly.
of like.
They're from Canada.
Not, I
Oh,
would go
what's a
Germany.
good guess?
Austin,
Oh
Texas.
yeah, shit. That's
Yeah,
not
South
European.
Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah.
South Canada.
Austin, Texas.
I guarantee it's like a neo-folk band made up of white power dudes from black metal bands.
Maybe that's this next band.
You know I'm right. Oh,
It's pretty spot
Uh-oh.
on.
I couldn't get a genre, but the band is called Deaf Indians.
Yeah, but what kind?
DEAF or like Def Leppard?
It's
yeah,
definitely
that's exactly my
like
question.
AF.
And
Like-
what kind of Indians? Are we talking like Native Americans? Or are we
Or
talking?
yeah, are we talking about the ones who make the best coffee?
Well,
I'm
I'm,
thinking-
going to say that if they're naming the band that, they probably are thinking about Native Americans.
So I'm okay. I'm with you. So
Here's
I'll
the thing,
go
the Euro
not
or not
European.
Euro?
I'm
Okay.
saying they also probably don't live anywhere near any actual Indians, whether it be indigenous or from India. I'm saying European and definitely from one of the super white areas.
So Larry, not Euro. Dennis, Euro.
I
What'd
say,
you
I'm going to say not Euro.
okay. Dennis is right again.
Well, I didn't get the super pale area. I'll say, ooh, what level of whiteness is it? Because it could be just like, milky white,
I want to spoil it
Nordic,
so bad.
or it could be,
Like Iceland.
or it could be just the dirt white, like
What
Ireland.
type of music?
Didn't say. It's one of the only ones I couldn't
Sheesh.
find.
Ireland.
Germany.
Fuck. Because all those super sketchy names like that is always going to be from an area where they don't have the people they're talking about.
That's right.
That's why most of the white power bands exist in a place that doesn't actually have black people or any kind of brown people. They're scared of them because they've never actually seen one before.
All right.
You really put a lot of thought into
I do.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, dude.
But I mean, you're not wrong.
How many black people do you think are hanging out in Norway? They know enough to get out of the cold.
Engorged anal tumor.
Oof. That sounds awful.
Gorged anal tumor.
Florida. Just
not Euro.
Florida.
I go not Euro.
Not Euro, not Euro.
Florida
narrowed
as,
it down
as a
yet.
concept. Because we got to be honest, Florida exists in places other than the United States.
All right, you're all right. They're not Euros.
I'm sticking with Florida, even if you tell me. Like, no, guess again.
Buffalo, New York.
Australia.
No.
I say Buffalo, New York.
Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Oh, E-Town.
Florida of the North.
Florida of the North.
What, are you saying Australia's not north?
No, quite the opposite.
On opposite day.
Oh, technically.
All right, mahogany head grenade.
Mahogany head grenade.
Not hand grenade.
That really just
Head
sounds
grenade.
like a shitty Seattle band circa 1993 made up of members who got kicked out of the good bands.
Okay.
I agree. I'm gonna
It's,
say
it's got
Yeah,
mother
no,
it's got Mother Love Bone
yeah.
vibes all over it, dude.
Yeah, I'll piggyback on that one.
yeah.
So are we
Not-
all not
yeah,
Euro?
not Euro.
Pacific Northwest, dude.
You're all right. They are not Euros.
But are we all right? We're the Pacific Northwest. That's Olympia.
No, I'll give you all one more chance.
I'm gonna say Montana.
Montana,
Ooh.
Arizona.
Arizona.
This is the Great White North, Canada.
Where you said America?
Did you? I wasn't paying attention.
Well, clearly, Dallas.
Dallas. Okay.
What did
That was
I say?
close.
Didn't I just say
What did I
Dallas?
say, Arizona?
No, you
That
said
was
the
close.
Pacific Northwest.
Dallas, Manitoba, whatever, you know?
I mean, Dallas. To be fair, Texas is the Pacific Northwest of the South.
Yes. I have heard tell of that, actually. All right, this is a long one.
Oh, God.
The unholy maggots which feast in the dark recesses.
Let's
something,
go
something,
put that
something.
on the main list.
All right.
The unholy maggots that exist in the darkest
That-
recesses.
The unholy maggots which feast
Oh,
in
which feast?
in the dark
Are
recesses.
they like a
I like their
Doom?
choice of-
death metal grindcore?
Oh, really?
Oh.
I would have went more like
Yeah, I
along the
definitely
lines
would've
of
gone
like a
like-
sun, like
I would have gone more like an.
I thought you were gonna say a pop sun metal band.
I was going to go more like.
and heresy.
Delaware.
I would say more like a fucking swamp band, like a fucking I Hate God or something. But
Fair.
Yeah.
So are they
I'm
Euros
gonna
or
say
not?
Euros. I say not Euros.
Okay.
I'll say Euro.
Okay.
I'm rarely correct. Euro.
Larry and Dennis are right again.
Oh,
Don't worry, I'll get the next part wrong.
I'm gonna go Italy because that's every time I've gotten it wrong. So
Now,
I'm saying
fuck that,
Italy.
Because I was gonna say like New Orleans, like
Yeah.
you said, or something. That's what I thought.
Luxembourg.
Close. United Kingdom.
I don't even actually know where Luxembourg is. Wait, isn't it that really skinny one?
It's,
think it's-
so
it's-
small. It's barely a country.
Yeah.
it's its own thing.
Yeah.
Sergeant Discharge.
That better be a D beat band.
Thrash metal / hardcore.
Okay.
Oh. So Texas.
Okay. So not Euro.
That's where all the hardcore kids blow thrash.
I'm gonna say Euro.
Okay.
I'm gonna go not Euro.
Okay. Dennis and Larry are right.
I'm really bad at this.
No, I'm super awful too, and I came up with the fucking bit. Fucking stink at it.
I'll give you both one more chance to get the state. Get
So
the state.
obviously, Texas was wrong.
Correct?
I keep wanting to like say some like fucking black sheep ass like state like one of the Dakotas, but there's no bands
No.
there. There's never been a band.
I keep thinking of like a like Drop Dead, like a Rhode Island, like a
True.
like
they're
a New England band.
Yeah, but not one of the obvious
Yeah.
ones.
So what do we think?
I'm gonna go Vermont.
Okay.
Massachusetts.
Manitowoc, Wisconsin.
Huh?
You made that up. That's not a real place.
It is a real place. Places you haven't been exist.
Exactly.
Dazzling Bravery.
You know who would hate
That's
Manitowoc or whatever place is called?
Manitowoc.
Deaf Indians. They would hate that.
Hey, you take
What
our
is it?
names.
Dazzling what?
Dazzling Bravery.
Dazzling bravery.
It's got to be like triumphant metal.
That's European.
It's got to be power metal.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go Euro.
Okay.
I'll go Odd Man Out, not Euro.
Greg and Larry are right.
Fuck me.
They're Euros.
I'm gonna UK.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go Germany.
You're all both pretty close. They're from France.
Huh.
We're in the home stretch now.
All right.
Only got a couple
I don't know.
more.
France is
The
based-
French are assholes.
They're basically less sketchy Germany.
If you think about it. All right.
Yeah.
Tom Thumb.
Not Euro.
Like,
Not
that name's
Euro.
not all that funny. It's just funny because I know you got it from the Metal Archive site. That makes it, like, funnier
Tom
to me.
Thumb-
Like, I just imagine they're like an 80s. What, you know what I mean? Like, we need a name.
I'm gonna say not Euro.
Okay.
I'll say not Euro.
All right. You're all right. They're not Euros. Now, where are they from?
They're from
This is tough.
I'm going Convict Land, back to Australia.
Okay.
New Jersey.
Okay.
I will go Canada.
Dennis nailed it. Australia.
Oh
Fuck yeah. New South Wales?
It doesn't say.
I only know like two places: New South Wales and Canberra. Oh wait, and Sydney.
Canberra.
What's the Perth? Perth?
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
Perth.
shit, dude, we're fucking worldly as
Yeah.
fuck.
The Gold Coast.
We're worldly as fuck, dude.
To the end of this fence.
Damn, if they have lopped off fence, and I'll be like, yo, that band was definitely on Trustkill. And they're definitely from one of the Carolinas or Florida.
To the end of this fence.
Yeah.
Throwing fence and just throws the whole
Fence
thing.
ruined it. Otherwise, yeah, I thought
Yeah.
eulogy.
Puts
or
everything else
whatever.
in. Yeah,
Trust
definitely
kill.
eulogy.
It's almost a great name.
Oh, okay, yeah, right? It's like, Jesus
To
Christ.
the end.
of this fence.
To the end of, then dot, dot, dot. I'm like, yo, this is
I'm going to go
sick.
not Euro.
Okay. Not Euro.
Euro.
Okay.
They don't have, I feel like they don't have fences in Europe. You know?
It's true, man. Like,
They have walls.
Yeah, but maybe they're romanticizing,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah,
American.
isn't all like just like cobblestone walls or like just pure fields?
Where are they from, Dennis?
Motherfucking United States.
Okay. You're Larry and Dennis are right. They are not Euros. And shit, they are from the United States.
Okay.
this fence.
So
I don't know. I imagine like some
So not really a city because cities don't really fuck with. Well, I guess they do, but they're
Nebraska.
okay.
like Oklahoma.
Pasadena, Maryland.
Fuck. Sad part is now.
Pasadena.
That means I probably know people in the band now.
Southern metal, maybe not.
Oh yeah, probably not.
All right, we got the last one.
Uh-oh.
There's been a lot of not Euros on.
Did you save the best
today.
for last? I hope this is a good name.
Monster Mike.
Like M-I-C or M-I-K-E?
M-I-K-E. Monster Mike.
Damn, Monster Mike is definitely a name of a dude who fucks hard.
What kind of what genre?
Heavy / progressive metal.
Oh, progressive? Oh, that's definitely ponytailed through the back of a hat.
One would say sound guy metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Monster
Each song's at least 12 minutes.
Monster Mike.
They're definitely
Mike.
sponsored by Beef Jerky.
But I imagine it's Mike ponytail, but he's doing the thing where he's playing like it's solo and
Yeah.
he's got
a drum machine,
Yeah,
and then he's like
yeah,
Double
pounding-
neck guitar.
he's
Yeah.
playing it. It's like an 8-string.
You know those guitars that are like
Yeah.
double guitars.
Ones that go this way.
Damn, all I keep thinking of is that clipboard says double guitars. And it's just accepted. Chocolate microscopes.
Where are they from?
I say not Europe.
I'm saying Europe.
Okay.
Not Europe.
Greg's the only one that got it.
All right.
Wait, we both said not Europe.
Oh, you did too?
Yeah, he
Not
did too.
Europe.
No wonder I suck at this. You're not even listening to me.
You don't listen either, so.
Fair enough. Valid point.
So not Europe, you said. So Monster
Okay.
Mike.
Monster. M-I-K-E, Mike.
Fuck it, Canada.
You keep going with Canada.
Because eventually it's going to be right.
Monster
You're not
Mike.
wrong.
Oh wait, it's Canada.
No, I'm saying
Oh.
eventually he will
Eventually
be right.
I will get Canada.
If he
Eventually we're
guesses
gonna stumble
one thing
across
over and
I'll
over.
say one that hasn't been mentioned. I'll say Mexico.
No, New Jersey.
Fuck it.
Huh.
So we got a total of
Monster Mike definitely works at Guitar Center teaching lessons. And he's definitely fucking somebody's like mom.
when you sign the clipboard on the sign-in sheet,
He's definitely a stepdad.
his is definitely Monster Mike.
Yeah. He's definitely a stepdad.
guys, we got a podcast tonight. Nah, I got my 7:30 with Monster Mike at the fucking Cherry Hill Guitar Center.
And what is the riff that he plays every time he shows someone an amp?
Mississippi Queen.
No.
Smoke on the Water.
I was thinking Smoke on the Water as well.
An unoriginal man.
I
sure.
I would have went like Limelight by Rush or something like that.
Ooh.
Like
Start off with some Tom Sawyer.
yeah, like something like that.
That starts on a synth. Whatever. So we got
This fucking.
Sorry.
All right, nerdlinger.
Greg with 11 points. Larry with 15 points.
Whoa.
Dennis wins
What?
with 17 and a half
No one's
points.
ever said that to me in my entire life. Ever.
Congrats.
Oh, my
Congratulations.
God,
And we got 2 new entries for the list.
dude. We only got 2 out of that? Fuck.
Yeah. Doesn't that
It
stink?
takes forever to come up with 20 more of those.
Did the Bell Tower Sniper make it or no?
I couldn't find the genre and shit.
Yeah.
So it's
It
gonna be-
was funny.
Because there was a lot
I'm
of
gonna
them
fuck
when,
it. I'm gonna add it.
when we did the first listening party. Like,
Are they on Discogs? Bell Tower Sniper.
like some of them, like we couldn't even find them like recorded because they were like a band from like the 80s or something like that. Did had a tape, so it's just hard as fuck, dude. All right, now here's the oldest recurring segment in the entire world: the gripping inquiries. This is some really hardcore, hard-hitting questions, guys. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Who wants to go first?
You can go first.
I'll go first.
Good, because that's the first one we got here. All right. Okay. Gripping inquiries with Greg. Who gives a shit about his last name? We pronounce this 6 different ways anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't
Greg
matter.
Pollard. Question number 1. Are you ready? You're paying attention?
Yeah.
All right. What if Elton John wasn't really mourning Princess Di, but was just super stoked on car crashes? You ever think about that?
I mean, who's to say that's not true?
Exactly.
Because that was a huge hit for him.
And like, did you ever see anything?
Like literally.
You did for her too. Because like before that, like, did you ever remember seeing like pictures of like EJ and Di just chilling, hanging out, having some dinner? You didn't. Then all of
Oh,
a
so
sudden,
you saying like he kind of pulled the?
I'm saying anybody could have died of a car crash, and he's probably secretly I'm like, fuck yeah. But it was somebody famous like Di, so then he's like, oh, I could turn my love of car crashes into something. People think I'm just mourning this, you're this English heroine, Turns out he's just a fucking sicko. And not in the way my grandmother thought he was a sicko. What? She
I
didn't
don't know,
like
he
guys-
does always wear those sunglasses.
Yeah, it's
He
like
looks he's got
that's
something to
why she
hide.
didn't like him. She's like, he wears sunglasses inside. He's sneaky.
He's got something to hide.
Something
Well,
against
So
rhinestones,
you ever
maybe?
did you ever think about that at all? Though, if he was just super stoked on car crashes?
No, but I'm going to now.
Correct answer is no. Yeah, good job, buddy. Doing real good so far. All right, this is getting into your face, so hopefully it doesn't offend you.
Is this for Larry or still me?
And it's still you, buddy. You
Okay.
got
One at a time.
You got a whole bunch of these, dude. Look at these. You are a Hare Krishna.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the depictions of Krishna that I've seen portray him as quite an ample in the hips department. Is it possible that he is Dominican?
Well, yes, because Krishna is everywhere. So he did Dominican or Irish or Elton John,
But not
or-
Italian.
dude.
but not Italian.
He would never be Irish with those hips, dude. Like seriously, Google image search Krishna, dude. He's bell pepper shaped.
beautiful.
He's fucking dude. I am with you on that one, dude.
Hey, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, indeed.
Rama,
Yeah.
Rama, what's up? Oh, you got kids. All right. But
Sure.
your kids are a little older, so I don't know. You ever watch Coco Melon?
No, I don't even know what that is.
Incorrect. You love Coco Melon. Your favorite character is Mrs. Appleberry.
Oh, you said Coco Melon.
Yes.
Yes.
As opposed to what other thing?
Coco Malone. It's
What else?
a Post Malone
Post Malone
show
kid
that he does with Ice-T's
It's like
wife.
it's like Little Bill.
It's
but
Coco Melon with an
Post
accent
Malone,
over
yeah.
the
Yeah.
O because it's Dominican.
So you've seen Coco Melon then?
All of them.
Good boy. That X just became a check mark. All right. This zapper is thick as fuck too, dude. That Johnny's always eating sugar though. Anyway. Question number 4. What's the over-under on Larry secretly being Greek?
Or say we're talking percentage wise?
I'm gonna say there's a pretty good chance. I'll tell you why. It's funny you mentioned that.
Loves feta?
I mentioned no, because we got burritos earlier, and they asked if he wanted feta on his burrito. He said no.
No.
But me being, I did the ancestry,
Yeah.
and I found out I'm 50% Greek.
Gross.
Yeah. So me, I was like, feta. That sounds really good. If Larry gets it, maybe I'll get it too. And he didn't, so I didn't. But I'm gonna say there's a 5% chance he has a little Greek in him.
He's a little oily, ain't he?
And if not, maybe he can have some a little later.
Yeah, you don't. You know what I mean?
Out of my hands.
Definitely on. That's definitely the correct answer. All right, Greg. As I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, you were once part of the band One Up. You actually have this song called "Time to Believe." I really like this song. In which you say it's time to believe in the kids. Now, do you remember that song? You wrote it.
I do.
Okay,
Yeah,
you remember it? Okay.
I do.
Now, does that apply to Italians?
That's a great question because I'm going to say no. Because see, I was writing it.
Correct answer.
I was writing it from the standpoint at the time I thought I was more Italian than Greek until I did this ancestry thing. So now I know since I'm not Italian, like why would I want to apply it to other Italians?
Yeah,
So-
so now he's all like, nah.
So now I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna store my One Up CD in a pita, right in a pita, dude. That's fucking awesome. All right, question number 6. Do you remember that episode of South Park?
Oh, absolutely.
Correct answer. Good job, buddy.
Game changer.
Wow, what a great audience.
Yeah, what a good. With pizza. All right. Here's another Krishna question here. I hope we're not getting hacked at this point, but is it true that 10% of the 108 beads that you wear are secret raisinets?
Oh my god, dude!
That would be 18 secret raisinets.
I wish because you know how many times I've been hungry, like
And you could have
hungry.
just been like,
Little snacky.
Pop a couple raisinets.
did you ever see like those sweet tart necklaces? And you're just like,
Have I seen
it's like Prabhu. See this shit? We could be doing this shit.
the ones that stained all my t-shirts? Yes.
I would just stick the whole thing out.
There's
Chew it, like
necklaces.
string and all, just the whole thing. And then
Fuck
you
yeah.
pull
Just
the
pull
string
the
out.
string
Yeah,
out.
pull the string. Wait,
Oh, you would take the string out.
yeah, no. I put the whole thing in my mouth,
Yeah.
chew it up,
And then
and
at
then
the
when it's
end-
done, I just take the string.
Like, remember when Fred
spaghetti.
Flintstone would eat a fish and you just pull the fish bones out of
Yeah.
his mouth? Yeah, it's
I
like
did that
dude.
with candy necklaces.
But no, that's a good. Maybe I'll start doing that. Make
Yeah,
some
dude.
spare, or even just one to put around your wrist with
Or
raisins.
if you don't like raisins, you can also substitute goobers.
See, you're thinking ahead.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's a good. I would actually prefer goobers if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
Aren't they the?
Yeah,
are they the
I'm going
peanuts?
peanuts.
Chocolate covered peanuts, yeah.
I'm surprised. I don't peg you. I peg you as someone
going-
that would not eat a raisin.
See, I would peg it.
Like
Now
the
you see-
over under on him. Like
I would peg Larry.
yeah, I was like,
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I would see Larry anti-raisin saying, "Why would I want to eat that? It's just a grape that's been left in the sun. I'll just eat a
No,
grape."
That's
yeah.
deep, though.
Yeah,
Nah,
like
chocolate
20
covered
years
raisin
ago,
oil.
yeah, I would definitely, yeah.
Fair.
Now, yeah, I'll eat a
He
raisin.
might even eat some Sicilian pizza.
Yeah, a little Sicilian.
Fuck yeah.
Shit. Well, as speaking from Sicily there in Italy and all that stuff here, this brings me to my next Krishna question. If Garfield was Krishna, would he go by Rama Lasagna Das?
I'm gonna say I'm I'm 100% sure he would.
That's good, right?
His Grace Rama Lasagna Das.
We all know it.
Dude, I would fucking take a little drum out for that motherfucker. All right, question number 9. We're coming down to the fucking home stretch, dude. Do you think when news of the Chinese spy balloons leaked, it ruined a Chinese spy's surprise birthday party?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I was on that from the jump.
Yeah, dude. Like, everybody's like, oh, they're spying on us. They're going to fucking send nukes over next. And then there's just, you just see Pang over at his birthday. It's like, why is everybody huddled behind the couch in my... Oh, you
And
guys.
it was silver too.
And then, like, yeah, right? And his wife's just fucking pissed. He's like, fucking American media, rather ruin the fucking party. Yeah. So, in essence, fuck the American media. I'm pro Chinese spy balloon. Because I'm a festive boy. All right. Oh, wait, I lied. I have another Krishna-esque question. If you were like the goddess Durga, who we know has 8 arms, you had 8 arms, what would you carry in 6 of those arms. We're leaving 2 for pee-pee purposes. But you have 6 arms that can hold whatever.
Oh,
what would you hold in them?
Definitely drinks. Like I'm going to say
6
3 of them.
drinks?
Good answer.
No,
Good answer.
but I'm going to say 3 of them. I would have a Coke Zero in one hand.
I'm family feuding this. Good answer. Good answer.
A water, because you want to have a water.
Yeah, you gotta have
So
You gotta
you going
hydrate.
seltzer?
so you gotta have a water strictly for the hydrate, but then you also just want a nice sip and drink.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
there's
so
coffee in there too.
I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like maybe some tea, hot tea.
Sure.
Yeah.
With lemon.
well-
So that's 3, right?
I don't know though, but then what are you gonna do with that fucking hot tea in the middle of the summer?
Iced tea.
And then it would be iced tea.
And that,
Just wait for
I'll
it.
tell you what I would do. Bag of chips.
How about you wait for your own fucking
I'm
questions,
sorry.
dude?
I'm sorry. You're right.
Is
You're
your name
correct.
Greg, dude?
Yeah, you're correct.
I would
Quit
say,
stepping on his dick.
But I
He's
would
got
keep
3
one
more
in.
arms to go.
3
so
more
that I
arms.
can reach into the bag of chips.
You know, I always like to have chewing gum on me, so I'd have a thing of a Trident,
Couldn't that go in your pocket?
a pack
though?
of Trident. Oh, I have pockets.
Yeah, you still have pockets. Okay.
We're talking about your
Scratch-
hands, brother.
Scratch the gum. I'm gonna say so. Three more arms left.
Because you're keeping 2 open for pee-pee purposes, because
Yeah, you have to.
you got to have them always open and free.
Gosh,
And you can technically use those to grab shit out of your pocket, because you're not always going to be peeing
that's true.
until you hit, 4
You know
or
what?
5.
Can you pick your nose with the pee-pee
Well,
ones too?
no,
It's your
because
call.
listen, because of the PP ones, I'm actually gonna say I would have, because I wouldn't put it in my pocket because it would explode. I would have a hand sanitizer on me at all times. In
All right,
one
fair
of those
enough.
hands.
It's true.
Little pump, Purell.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wipe up, especially if you
That's
are.
a lot.
Now,
hands,
would you
though.
want to? Would you dedicate 2 hands to that? Because you have 1 hand to pump, 1 hand to actually pump it into, or
And could that be pee-pee hands?
Oh, that's a good one. No, I'd find a way to finagle it and just
yeah,
you know,
okay.
get creative.
That's a lot of hand sanitizer you're going through with 8 arms.
That's true, though. That is true. Like,
You
Yeah,
have
the-
to carry the big bottle.
Exactly.
might have
That's
to be
right.
the big bottle.
Well,
Yeah.
you got a
Which
hand
then
for
means
it.
I do need a blank
dedicated hand, yeah.
So I need just a Sanny Hanny. So then,
If you will.
finally the last one.
Yeah. You technically have 2 more because you decided only to go 1 with the hand sanitizer. Oh no, you said
No, I'm
gum.
gonna keep a blank one.
You said
no.
gum.
I got
gum
rid of the
hands-
gum.
We
'Cause
rescinded the
we're allowed
gum.
to have
But
pockets.
I'm having a blank hand so that I can use that to pour the sanitizer.
Okay.
In.
So technically, the Sandy gets 2 hands.
Yeah. And then the
gotcha.
last one, I don't know, harmonica. Just so in case you ever, it won't fit in your pocket.
So you figure the PP arms would have to be the ones closest to your waist. Harmonica one would have to be as high as one of the high.
Yeah, like imagine being able to play harmonica at the same time as sanitizing your
Damn.
hands
And taking a
a
pee-pee.
piss.
It's like when Homer gets depressed and Lisa blows in the jug. Greg would just be like, he's like, oh, there, you look really sad. Like, oh shit.
Yep. There we go.
That's a good man. He's thinking about other people. I like that. That's the correct answer, dude. Mine was just 8 pizza rolls, but whatever. Question 11: Team Straw or Team Turtle?
Team, what was the first?
Straw. Team Straw or Team Turtle?
It's funny. We went out.
Question as old as time itself.
I grabbed food and I had a paper straw because they kill the turtles, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
I love turtles, but I hate paper straws.
Yeah. No one loves turtles that much.
So I'm sorry, turtle.
Correct answer.
Lord forgive me.
Turtle.
Turtle.
Here's your final question. Now, this was one people rarely get right because they're just not true fans of the greatest hardcore band to ever come out of New Jersey, other than Hands Tied, obviously. Are you familiar with the band E-Town Concrete?
I am.
Okay, I need you to finish this E-Town Concrete lyric. Think you can do it?
I'm gonna try my damnedest.
This is one of their hits. You ready? Deepest, bluest, my hat is like. Deepest, bluest, my hat is like.
Oh my gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I was
Yeah.
just listening to it on the way here.
Yeah.
Deepest, bluest.
My hat is like.
My hat is like. Bleh. My hat is like. Oh my gosh, this is the hardest question so far.
Yeah.
Easily, deepest, bluest. My hat is like the best.
My hat is like a shark's fin.
Is that a real lyric of theirs?
These are all real E-Town lyrics, of course.
Okay.
Incorrect, but you know what?
You did say most people don't get that.
Perfect score. The only people who don't get perfect scores are Italians. All right, now we come down to the man whose ethnicity we have no idea about because his last name is stupid. Laryl, you ready, bud?
I am.
Question number 1. You think he was lying about Coco Melon?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Don't trust him, dude. Under that fucking necklace, dude. Mrs. Appleberry for life. Comics.
Collar rocker.
In Comic Sans.
It's great for hiding
In
neck
Comic
tattoos.
Sans.
Yeah.
All right. Now, as I said before, you go by Larry Epstein because your last name is long, hard to pronounce, and no one likes it. Mm-hmm. But in lieu of recent things, obviously, that's not a very good last name to
No,
go by anymore.
not even a little
Why?
bit.
Why not?
Could you explain?
It's a long story that involves an
island.
airplane, an island.
I like islands.
Private jets.
Egg-shaped
I like
dicks.
jets.
Do you like egg-shaped
Dude,
dicks?
guy
Sure.
really ruined a common name.
Yeah, it did. Seriously, it's like ruining the Spanish last name like Ruiz.
Yeah.
It's like
or
fuck,
Smith.
dude. Right? We don't even know how common Hitler was until he went and ruined it. There could have been like tons of them shits.
Now there's 0 of them.
It's like, what's your last name again? It's like, oh, my last name is O'Hanrahan. You know, it's like, fuck, dude. So, obviously, Epstein's one you don't want to go by anymore. So, how do you think of this one? This is a little less offensive, okay? Larely Legal.
I like that one.
like that one?
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think you're placating me, because, so that's a wrong answer.
Oh,
Your last name is, finally, you're going to start going by your actual last name.
damned if you do,
Okay.
damned if you don't, I suppose.
So it's Larry Wachecki from now on. All right. Now, this is a little topical on the state of hardcore punk here. The return of the oi skinhead culture in hardcore recently, do you think it pushes us further away from the day we can finally admit that Warzone was mid as fuck?
Oh man.
5 good songs tops.
No. You know what? No, I'm Warzone was great.
Pussy.
Even the Victory record was good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's the one I
But
like.
the
Sound
first
of Revolution?
The record's good.
Sound of Revolution?
Yeah.
Fuck it. You get a good one.
All right.
Question number 4.
He stuck true to his answer too.
Yeah.
So
Question number 4. Ever cuss?
All the time.
Correct answer.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Question number 5. Name 2 games with a Pop-O-Matic bubble.
Trouble. And sorry.
Incorrect. Trouble was the only one. Loaded question. Oh, did you mean...
Did they
oh, wait,
trademark
did you mean-
Pop-O-Matic Bubble?
They did, actually.
Yeah.
Did you mean sorry you didn't know the other answer?
Yes.
Okay. Correct there. All right. Question number 6 here. This one, we can edit this one out if you don't like it because it might get you some hate mail and shit.
Okay.
It might get you fired from your job.
No.
Your wife might fucking leave you and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
dude.
well, yeah. That's
All right.
that's always
This
on
is
the
really
table.
I'm sure she's listening to this 3 hours.
Yeah.
This could get you beaten up in some places, dude. Ready? Oh, you're gonna answer it anyway, right? Number 6. How corny are hang gliders?
Ah, they're the worst.
Oh god, fuck yeah, I'm right. Like nice bar. Get a wingsuit, you fucking dorks. Jesus Christ, why are you even doing this shit anymore? All right, question number 7. This is getting a little political, also into the science realm. Did you know that NASA, the CERN Institute, George Soros, and Greta Thunberg devised an early detection system for those who will commit spousal abuse? Did you know that?
Yeah, no, I didn't, but now I do, and I'm glad I do.
Do you
and
know,
I believe it.
Do you know what the system is?
No.
Anybody who ever posts on social media that they're stoked for the new hate breed instantly gets put. They instantly come over and say, all right, the kids are leaving.
Or a Blue Lives Matter sticker.
Defund Antifa. Fucking correct. All right, let's see here. Number 8. This one's going to get some dark territory, okay? You might get depressed, so just prepare yourself. If Shamrock Shakes were a year-round delight, would Anthony Bourdain still be alive?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I agree, dude.
Yeah,
No
absolutely.
matter how low he was feeling,
Green milkshake.
about traveling, the hardness, and
Yeah.
his bitch wife gets on his nerve. If he just knew he had that
Shamrock Shake.
that
Yeah.
milkshake that
That
also
grit.
tastes like he just brushed his teeth, he would just be like, after it finally took him 8 years to get something out of that straw, he'd be like, damn, I think I can
Worth
go
it.
another 2 days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're
Worth
correct, dude. So McDonald's, you fucked up. Do the right thing next time.
His blood is on your hands.
All right, question number 9 here.
Ronald.
When you were young, did your mom ever tell you to do something, but you were like, nah, and did it anyway?
Yeah, all the time. I went, yeah, nah, all right.
That's what's
I
up.
did it, yeah. I
What's
did
up?
it.
So true.
Correct.
Yep.
Correct answer. Question number 10 here, and this could really affect our friendship, so I want
Okay.
you to think about it correctly. Should I refer to my diminishing hair as spirit hairlines?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
That's,
it's
yeah,
true.
I like
think,
that.
Yeah, I
It was good,
think. Yeah.
A little wordplay,
Yeah.
Keeps us lively, All right, number 11 here. We talked about, your alternate names you're going to come with now that you have to get rid of the Epstein moniker. I suggested Larry Magdalene.
Which is a great name.
See, but you did shoot it down. So question 11 is your refusal of the name Larry Magdalene anti-Christian, anti-woman, or anti-sex worker?
And a sex worker.
That's right. That's right. Prostitution is still not allowed in my state, sir.
Yeah. Nope. Yep.
Damn, you're fucking killing it, dude. But here's where the rubber fucking meets the road. And this one's a lot longer than what I gave Greg, so you really got to strap yourself in.
Okay.
For Elizabethtown's finest.
Yep.
Finish this E-Town Concrete lyric. Straight up now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Or am I caught in a hit and run? Straight up now tell me, or is it going to be you and me together? Or... Straight up now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Or am I caught in a hit and run? Straight up now tell me, is it going to be you and me together? Or...
Am I? I can't. It rhymes with run, but I can't think of what it is.
Are you just
Having fun. Are you just having fun? Yeah.
Fuck it. Perfect score.
All right.
All right.
That's
it
not
was
the one
Paula
with the cat
Abdul.
video, right? No,
No, that's opposites attract.
Yeah, that's opposites
That's
attract.
off-
MC Scat Cat.
That's off the split with Second to None.
Yeah.
Is that on Back to Basics?
So it definitely is on Back to Basics,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
definitely sold it to €1 for $75.
Nice.
And honestly, now I could probably get more from it for an American kid.
What do you say, Denny? You want to do some homework?
Homework. We have a segment called Homework where each week we give each other stuff to listen to, and we got to go back home and report on it. Music, comedy specials. We also ask our guests to bring stuff to the table too. And so, before we assign stuff, last week we had one Dago named Michael Murrow in, and he suggested some stuff to us. So, Tom, do you want to go over that first?
Yeah, I designated each one.
No.
Right underneath of this handwritten note. You better work.
Work it, girl.
I'll start with Hyperdontia. There's an EP.
That's
Doesn't it
not
just
how
sound
I
like-
spelled it.
I had it written down.
I
but
wrote
didn't-
Die Juanita.
Damn,
Close.
Damn, he hates them Spaniards.
Yeah.
Close.
Doesn't hyperdontia sound like something you would get done to your teeth?
It does.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know. The EP is called Deranged. I said it was produced perfectly. Great drums, great guitar. They clearly have one of those bass players who can play their dick off, because I can tell by that binga dinga tone thing that they do. I
When you hear
didn't,
the strings hit the pickups?
Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't get bored once, even though the songs were kind of long for EPs. And the only thing I didn't like was the vocals, actually. I thought it was quite good. 7 out of 10.
I said good, not great. Classic death metal style. Good in increments, but I couldn't do it in one sitting. 6 out of 10.
May I?
You
Of
may.
course.
I
Please.
wrote 4 songs, 17 minutes. Yeah, nah.
Fair.
Fair.
I wrote first song bass breaks, and on the third song those drum breaks. Whose idea was that, and why did you keep them in there?
I wish I could add something, but I haven't had a chance to listen to that one.
Like those Primus bass breaks in the first. That was
Yeah.
awful.
Binga
Yeah.
dinga. Like
Are they
I said.
new? Are they a new group? Is it like a
No,
new?
this is
I don't
older.
think so.
Like I really wanted to.
This is a
like,
new
I-
release.
Like it sounded like it.
But a band's been around since like the 90s, but
maybe
No one cared ever.
yeah. Wasn't that great.
Yeah, it was
Not for
completely
you,
forgettable.
yeah.
No.
What number would you say?
Maybe a 3.
I got a grading scale right there. If you
No
want
one
to
cares
refer
about your
to
damn
it.
grading schedule.
Oh, nice.
So you can understand where I'm coming from, at least.
No one likes that.
He's the only one that
Yeah.
rebels against it, despite
Not
having
good.
said
Head spots and
You said 7?
3. I would go 3.
Would you
Yeah,
say a
sure.
7, Tom?
I did.
Okay.
Means I love the clickety clackety bass parts. Yeah, it was.
But
Okay.
that
it was
third
good,
song,
but-
that drum break, that's just like,
Yeah.
like why?
It was just it was a boring drum break, and for like stuff like that, you expect like drum breaks and that type of metal just to be like nothing but like mid pace double bass and like some sick ass rolls, and instead it was kind of just like
Yeah.
all right,
expect it
sick
to.
school dance style.
And what else did he also assigned us Slow Crush. The record is called Hush.
Yeah,
2021.
I think you would if you.
Yeah,
noticed
I
it.
should. It
Yeah,
sucks.
you
I
would've-
started doing something different at work, so I don't get to listen to music as much while I'm working. Just for the next couple weeks.
I said slow crush hush. I said yup. Sad music with outer space guitars, gnarly bass tones. This is how Martians get pussy. 9 out of 10.
Of course.
Nice.
I knew you'd rate it high.
It seriously sounds like it has like the failure guitar tone and like the little guitar effects pedals and shit. And sad girl singing. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm on.
that sounds good to me.
I wrote good. It was pretty, but I won't go back. There's other bands I like that sound like that.
I
Like,
wrote
who are they
I'll-
comparable to? You think?
I thought like a heavier Gregor Samsa or something like that. Like landscapes, musical landscape, like
Okay.
or even like low,
I didn't listen
maybe.
to it, but I'm going to give it a 9.
I,
From what
Yeah,
Dennis
I mean,
said.
it's probably a 7. It's good. It's just
Yeah.
not something I'm necessarily good. And I would tell
It
you
gets
to
you real high.
I would say go check it out. But
Yeah.
I probably won't go back to it.
I wrote almost the same thing. Good. I just didn't like it. Not for me. Too slow.
I just didn't like it.
It's not for me. It's too
Yeah,
fucking slow.
dude.
I can definitely see the shoegaze classification. I like some, but very limited shoegaze. I gave it a 5.5.
I like all kinds of gays.
Same.
I'm an ally.
Same.
Ah, dude. And he also brought us Tommy Pope, the Washy Wash
The
story.
Washy Wash story.
From This Is Not Happening. This is comedy Simon gave to us. Now, I had heard that before,
Me too. I need to say nothing.
but I just wrote, the fact that this dude doesn't have more material online or recorded is a travesty.
It's a goddamn
I
travesty.
could listen to this man read all of my loved ones' obituaries and still find a way to laugh at it. That dude is one of the best fucking storytellers
Yep.
around.
This is my favorite. This is not happening.
Really?
Yeah,
Next
it's
to
up
the
there.
Ali Sadiq ones.
The Ali Sadiq ones are
he's my
fucking
fucking-
insane.
The Mexican got boots on.
Yeah.
and
Mexican
the
got
Mi-
on boots.
The Mitchell one isn't funny, but it's amazing to listen to
Because he's a great fucking
Yeah,
storyteller.
I can listen to him. Yeah.
But
yeah.
the Tommy Pope one, when
Yeah.
she's going, "Oh, you so big," and he goes, "Quarterback." When he, that's what that and, like a father of 10 jerking off in a bathroom stall at a water park. Man,
I fucking loved it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's and plus the guy's from Upper Darby, like
Yeah.
it really hits home. Like
Yeah.
he's from Upper Darby. He's talking about things I know about.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He talks about things you know about. He talks in the accent of all your friends and family.
Yes.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I think is one of the main reasons I love most of the hoogie mouth comedians.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Is just like,
Well, that-
he sounds like me and all my friends and family. So yeah,
Delco proper was
Yeah,
was
fantastic.
It was amazing.
so fucking good.
And the fact that it didn't get picked up, I mean, is yeah.
Another
It's a
travesty.
shame. Yeah,
So what's wrong? You never seen a stripper before? It's like, yeah, I've seen plenty of strippers. Just I didn't see your butthole plastered. Getting into fucking fights at funerals, that shit was great.
He's like, still getting in fights and getting kicked out of Denny's. Still got that fat kid.
Oh fuck, that was fucking great.
Yeah.
There. All right, now as far as what Tom gave me,
Oh boy.
Hazel English. What the fuck's the name of the album? I gotta look it up here.
Up.
Wake Up.
Wake up.
You would like this too.
Hazel English.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's polyvinyl, or is it polyvinyl? It's on polyvinyl.
I believe it was.
It's on
Yeah,
polyvinyl. Yeah.
it's very reminiscent of a lot of polyvinyl shit. Dude.
Yeah.
It's one of those labels where you're like, oh, it's on this. You're like, oh, you kind of get at least
have an idea.
like a foundation of what it sounds like. I basically wrote, if someone turned the rosy cheeks emoji into a record, this is exactly what it would sound like. 7.5 out of 10.
Nice.
I fucking liked it. I liked it a lot.
I wrote it took a more modern take on like the whole 60 girls group doo-wop thing, like what Amy Winehouse did, but more like indie rock version of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like great voice. I wrote Earth Angel drums.
True.
I'm in.
Yeah.
So I mean
I
I was
like
like
it.
9 out of 10.
Fuck
Easy.
yeah.
I loved it.
It was a
liked
great
it, too.
record. It's
Out there
really
changing
good.
lives.
I also only got a chance to listen to it once, so I will have to go revisit.
Yeah.
Get more in depth on it. And you get me into the comedy that you gave me, which was Ryan Sickler, Lefty's Kid. Now, I know this is your dog. This is your boy. This is your fucking homie.
I'll get into how I feel after you.
I've always seen this dude's name around places. For some reason, every time I saw it was Ryan Sickler, I'm like, isn't that a dude who skateboards or some shit?
You're thinking of Ryan Sheckler.
Okay, that's probably why then. So I was like, I tried to make it through like half of one of his podcasts, and I was like, not for me. So I sat down and watched this, but it had everything I wanted in a comedy special besides jokes and laughter.
10 out of 10.
It was like hearing stories from your mom's third funniest friend. 1 out of 10. Nothing made me laugh.
I had watched it when you because
Yeah, you said you'd already seen it.
I
Yeah.
had seen that and the Big J, and I had known the Tommy Pope. I watched the Tommy Pope thing probably.
Yeah.
I've seen it at least twice now.
I watch it every couple months.
Yeah.
I like Ryan Sickler on podcasts, and his podcast is good.
Yeah.
It wasn't good, this special, but he should have closed with the Olympian. Him talking about the ping pong Olympian kid.
Yeah.
That story was. I thought that
That was the better story.
Yeah. I thought that he should have closed with
It
that.
basically just sounded like your mildly funny friend telling you just stories.
Yeah.
I also watched it for the homework assignment because I saw him do this hour at Helium, and I low rated this too, even though I was looking forward to this special.
That's why I didn't want to fucking dog it too bad, because I know you were stoked about it.
It was edited really fucking weird. Did you notice how fast it moved?
Yeah.
I hated that about
I didn't
it.
pick up on that.
Well, you're not going to watch it again, so just take my word for it, I guess.
I got an old TV. Maybe that's it.
Well, it's edited really fucking weird, and the way he does comedy on stage, he's kind of laid back. And when he played in Philly, he had like 20 minutes of material he didn't do for the special because it was either Philly material or just like off the cuff shit. And he was more laid back. His delivery was better. I thought this didn't translate in a theater either. He should have done it in a club, more laid back. I gave it a fucking 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did not.
I was
enjoy it.
I was not.
But
I
here's
was
the thing,
not
like,
happy
it
about
wasn't bad to the point where I turned it off. I made it through the whole thing, but
Same,
it was
I was
just
not
kind of
happy.
background noise, dude.
I wasn't happy with it at all.
Now, okay, you want to get to what I gave you, or do you want to go over
Let's go over the double assignment.
The
of
double assignment.
Dog belly.
Big J. Ogerson's Dog Belly?
Yep.
Now, I love this fucking guy, and I've been clamoring for years to him to do another actual joke special, not just crowd work specials, which he normally does. Because I think the last thing he did was that Live from Webster Hall one.
Yep.
But
17.
I was super excited for it, which I think I got to stop doing that. It was good. It was a really good special. But somehow, as soon as he started in with crowd work, I instantly was like, come on, man. And do jokes. Just do the jokes this time. But the crowd work was great, obviously, because that's what he's great at. And the jokes were really fucking funny, too. I think my problem with it was that I built it up so much in my head about how great it was going to be that me just giving it an 8 now is just is still a disappointment. It was an 8. It was still a great special, but I was expecting a 10.
Same, I was too. Don't want your parents to hear your weird Wiccan fucking. That really struck
That
a
made me
chord with
think
me.
of your dumbass, yeah.
Yep. I learned the whole Thriller dance routine and performed it for my grandmother, Selma Eisenstein. She was less than a good audience, I must say. Of course, I didn't expect the dropping of the special name.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was my favorite part.
That was
Yeah.
great.
And I do love his analogies.
His analogies are fucking fantastic.
I just wrote the Franco joke when he's like, I got to learn to fucking a ski mask. He was like, he was Oz.
I also
That
gave
was
it.
that like that.
That
like,
fucking
King was
joke.
Oz was. I was like, that's pretty
That was a
good.
good
Because
ass
he made
joke.
it was a Franco joke, and instead of going for like the ones that like he's known jokes, like movies
Yeah.
he's known for, he went for that fucking Oz movie that like 10 people saw.
Yep.
I also gave it an 8.
That's like what you were saying about his analogies. Is like he'll reference something, and it'll be like a popular person, but instead of like their like top material, he'll just like reference a movie they did like in 1984 and shit.
Yeah.
You're just like, dude, he's fucking great. His crowd work is fucking still fantastic, but I was just like, I would also told me I was spending a lot of time. I'm like, is the hair is his hair pink or the lights hitting it weird and making it look pink? And I was like, no.
Both.
I thought it was red.
Yeah.
Then again, I watched it on my phone,
But
so
I
maybe.
was also like,
Yeah.
I was like, is this a lighting thing? But I'm like, wait, he always does dye like his hair some douchey shit. So. And he's still the only dude I'll let wear jorts and get away with.
oh yeah, he definitely wears jean shorts.
Jorts,
No,
nice.
no
That
gloves.
was-
long jorts
Yeah, yeah.
too, dude.
And he's got that the X on his hand and the other bad hand
Is it
tattoo.
like
Yeah.
a 3 or something?
It's like a
Yeah.
3 or an L.
Yeah.
Like, is it extra for extra large? Like,
Yeah, it's great.
I even like went on Reddit, was like trying to like search on there, like what the fuck do Jay Okerson's hand tattoos mean? I could find nothing.
No gloves this time, by the
Yeah,
way.
no gloves. Yeah,
Maybe
Gloves
they did,
were off.
Maybe he did in summer.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, it was good. But for some reason, I went into it expecting it to be the greatest thing I've ever seen, and it was still great. But
Not
I gotta
as great.
stop building shit up in my head as much.
Yeah, don't do that.
because it ends up fucking me in the end. All right.
I'll get into my music since you gave me double music homework.
Oh yeah, I didn't have any comedy for you last
Yep.
week.
I'll start with the Right Brigade self-titled. I also as you said, both releases are titled Right Brigade.
Yeah,
So I just
yeah.
listened to both of them.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like were the vocals.
What?
Not something that clings to me.
Huh?
That's my favorite part.
Yeah, that's that's the best part.
right.
I said I can hear the foundation of so many bands in this band.
It's probably bands end up starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super good. The 2-step ending of Falling Down, best fucking part. A side over the B side, and it is heavier than its counterparts. If you transplant the right riff into the right places in this music, it does kind of become a little whoa whoa with my friends. But I still gave it a 7 out of 10.
I loved it because they were one of the last bands at that time to use the skank beat. The boom ba bap ba boom ba bap ba, like the real skank beat. And I was like,
And then everybody.
then
Yeah.
everybody brought it back.
Yeah.
Exactly. I
But
can
yeah,
hear
the
it in
vocals
everybody.
my fucking favorite
Yeah,
part.
Yeah.
that's-
Nah, not
And
me.
then he did that band after, was it Invasion?
Invasion.
And I was super stoked on that, and then it became Righteous Jams, and I just bummed hard.
I liked Invasion a little.
And I like
Invasion-
Righteous Jams.
I did not like Righteous Jams.
I did. It was just one big skank part. It was cool.
But I want that dude should be fronting a band constantly.
The full length was on Rev, so
Yeah.
we'll eventually talk about it. But the EP, I remember
I-
obviously
I
liking a
take
lot
the-
That
more.
fucking intro.
Yeah.
That's I take that
Yeah.
over the full line.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure almost everybody does, including the band. Like, I'm curious to
Well,
see
he
about
got-
the recording of that.
Because apparently he got like conned into that, right?
Yeah.
Like he didn't want to do it, and he got like
I forgot.
What, the LP or the...
the LP.
LP.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get
I mean,
the
that
story.
was
don't
always
think
the
they-
rumor.
I don't think they ever played for the LP. I know they...
I think it came out after they broke up. Yeah.
I just wonder if somebody was still under contract, so they had the.
I mean,
Maybe
Pat
that's why.
was in Fast Break.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is I had no idea. Like, I'd ask people about Pat because I loved Fast Break.
Yeah.
And
Somebody
then
had
all of a
to.
sudden he popped up in our Discord.
Huh.
Because people were like, he lives in Israel. Like, he lives in Israel.
Huh.
And
That's pretty
so hopefully we can get him to talk about that record. Because I always heard all kinds of stuff about it.
That'll be an interesting
That's
listen.
funny that the thing you liked the least was my favorite part about that band.
What the?
Yeah, because
the
it set it
vocals?
apart. Because he had this really aggressive
Growl.
growl compared to like
Yep.
some of the other stuff
Yeah.
from that era was like just like bark, like
Or
you
just
know.
like just shout.
Yeah.
Just shouted. Just
Yeah.
Yeah,
where
it
he
was
was just
shouty.
like, yeah, so it really made them, because that was kind of like neck and neck when like the Lock and Out shit all first started.
It was like
That was
before that,
before. It was
but it
right
was
before.
sort of after the Youth
EP
Crew
was like
revival.
99, wasn't it?
because like all the stuff like
It
the
was.
that
Yeah,
style,
because I got it when we were at Drexel,
Yeah.
and the
like-
demo's 98.
because a lot of the stuff that was coming out like of that style back then was all almost borderline actual singing, and then he comes out and just pretty much just growling at you. You're just like, all right, this is something different. This is cool.
I never sat with this record proper before, and I guess I didn't hear it in the context of the other bands in that era, but I liked it, didn't love it.
That also like
This time.
but in your defense, that also shouldn't be a crutch. You should like if the record's like you have to say, well, you have to understand when it came out. Then it's like, nah, that just means it's
yeah,
bad.
I agree. Yeah.
That just means you think it's
Because
bad.
there's a lot of stuff that I
That's-
like from that
that's-
era
yeah.
that I would never expect to play for someone and have them flip out
Yeah.
over.
I
Exactly.
wrote it's just not something that clings to me.
Yeah.
That's all.
And then what else I gave you?
Blockheads, The World is Dead. I had to come back to this one
Oh,
because I like got bored with it.
Yeah,
Damn.
I wrote, it's cool. I don't need 25 songs of this.
Bingo.
And
Fair.
it wasn't on streaming. I had to go Bandcamp.
I had to go YouTube.
Oh,
Same thing.
Shit.
I said great riffs. I love the pace and I love the way the instruments are sound and are mixed, but I still gave it a 6.
Damn, I fucking love that band.
It's cool. I just didn't need 25 songs of
That's
it.
fair. I wish I could say check out the other shit, but the other shit's also has a lot of songs on it
It's
too.
just, that was Relapse, that record, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
their first Relapse one. Yeah,
Should be on streaming then. What the fuck?
Yeah, why
I made it hard to listen to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I figured it would be because it
Whatever.
was a Relapse one.
You would
But,
think so.
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Let's assign each other some shit.
Well, what do you guys got for us?
Yeah,
You got
what do you
something?
got, guests?
Larry's first.
All right. So,
You know the caveat: no
Okay.
friends bands.
no friends. I know. I
can
wouldn't
do
do
that
that. I don't
all
have
the time.
friends in bands anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Too old for that shit.
Have you guys heard the band Mama yet?
No.
Mama,
Yeah. MOMMA.
Terrible name.
Terrible name.
but 9 times out of 10, that means they're going to be great.
Great
The
band.
album is called Household Name. And do you like Veruca Salt?
I absolutely
I
do.
do.
You're going to love this.
And they're on polyvinyl.
And they're on polyvinyl.
Household name is what it's called.
Yes.
Yeah,
What
it's-
year is this record?
Last year.
It was my
Uh,
favorite record from
I
last
saw him,
year.
I saw him 3 times
See,
last year.
They were.
I would say like that means something to you, saying it was like the best record of the year, but you also said that about Chubby and the Gang.
Yeah, I fucking love
So,
Chubby and the Gang.
Fuck off with that, dude. Ugh.
Thanks, John Lowe.
John Lowe. That was John Lowe's favorite record
Yeah,
too.
it was.
That's why he doesn't get invited back.
But yeah, it's matching like the girls, but both girls sing at the same
Guitar
time.
tone is straight.
It's
fuzzy
awesome.
90s.
It's great.
I'm in.
Fuzzy '90s girls singing.
Say less.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty much into it.
And then the second one, I was going with Annihilation Time 3, Tales of the Ancient Age.
Fuck yes.
Do you like Black Flag and Thin Lizzy?
Thin Lizzy? No. Black Flag? Yes.
There you go.
What's it? Which album?
Tales of the Ancient Age.
I don't think I know that record.
I think it was the last one they did. It's just riffs on riffs. It's awesome.
Pretty sure I saw them. Oh, did Red Cheeks book them?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. I think with the first singer.
They're cool.
The
Yeah.
first singer, they sounded completely different with the first singer, and this is more like punk rock and roll kind
Nice.
of thing.
I am a Thin Lizzy fan.
Same.
It's and then the guy that wrote everything, he's Jay Maskus's
Maskus.
guitar tech.
Sweet.
That's
yeah,
cool.
he does another band. It's called Lecherous Gaze. It's pretty good.
That's also
Same
a cool
thing.
name.
That's a cool name. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Not Euro.
Not Euro. from the Bay Area, California.
Not Euro.
But yeah, they're the two. I didn't have a comedy.
All good.
So-
Fair enough. You don't have.
I was
going
going to do the Kyle Kinane, but I figured you guys are going to watch it.
Which one?
Regardless, the newest
It's
one.
funny that you mentioned that.
Okay.
Good that
And I
you-
figured.
it's good that you didn't bring that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mama and Annihilation
Okay,
Time. They're my
sounds
two.
alright.
What say you, Greg? You got anything
Anything
for
for
I
us?
do. I did 2 music ones too.
Good.
Because I was thinking, I asked him, I said, can we do a TV show? But
If it's funny, it doesn't matter what it is.
to
me.
yeah, so I'm gonna skip. I'll stick with my 2
Stick
music.
with music,
Yeah.
man.
It's fine.
So these are both, as of this recording, not even like a week old. They came out Friday.
I'm into this.
So I chose 2 new ones. One by an established group, and the other is new.
Okay.
So I'll go with the established first. Is the new album by Mudhoney. It's on Sub Pop, and
thing?
It's called Plastic Eternity.
Yes, it is.
And it's got some like psych elements, punk, garage. There's a song called Little Dogs that they have a video for that's literally about how much he likes small dogs. And it sounds like...
It's one of my favorite bands,
Yeah,
so I love this band.
It sounds like Iggy Pop, like singing about dogs. It's just a fun record.
I'll get more into it next week, but I like that they still keep the cowboy shit, but now they've actually also gone back and brought back more of the punk rock shit they used to do too.
There's a song literally about people that take ivermectin
Cool.
on there, and like it's fucking hilarious and just a rocking song.
They're fucking great, but they had that that mid era where it was like pretty much strictly like cowboy shit, and now it's kind of like come
Like
on.
when they were on the major, and then they
What was it like since we
they
become
s-
translucent? And, like those
yeah,
records?
they swung a lot back towards the punkier, garagier stuff.
Yeah, I like the new one. It's kind of like a mix of both
Yeah.
eras. I love that goddamn band.
Yeah, they're playing here in October. I got it
Noted.
And then the other is one I rarely like. I'm bad at paying attention to things, and I hate
Same.
like
It's overrated. Anyway.
I hate when you go to a show and you don't know who the opener is, and usually they're bore you to tears. And I went a couple
It's
months
happened.
ago. I saw Suki Waterhouse, she's also on Sub Pop, but this isn't her record. And the band opening, her record's really good though, but that's not my recommendation. The band opening was called Blonde Shell. And
Blonde Shell.
yeah, like BLONDSHELL. And they came on, and immediately I was hooked. It kind of
Don't you love when that happens?
and it rarely happens for like someone I've never seen.
Yeah.
It blows your head up.
They
Yeah.
sounded like even before they ended up covering the Cranberries, like some deeper
Well-
cut. They sound like the
I'm bricked up already.
Just went from 6 to midnight.
they
It's already got 9 out of 10.
they sounded like, and I guess she's Blonde Shell, but it's a band.
Oh.
And
It's a little boastful.
they sounded like Cranberries and like Hole,
I like
like
this.
Celebrity Skin Hole, maybe not as much like the.
Oh yeah, kind of unplumped my sausage a little bit, but I'm still.
And the record just came out. I think it's self-titled, 9 tracks, 30 some minutes. There's a song called Salad that I think she played on the Tonight Show where she literally talks about like poisoning a dude's salad.
Damn. If it was a pro salad song, I'd be like, yo, this chick is awesome.
I was gonna say that's a sure way to kill you.
Yeah, but she's
Poisoning a salad.
You don't be fooled. I love fucking salad so goddamn much.
Same.
But now that you're like, yo, she wants to poison a guy's salad. She went from a 9 out of 10. Now she's hovering in the 6 area right now, dude.
Well, I'm curious.
You're like Cranberries. And I was like, they're like Whole hates salad. I'm like,
No, she talks about poisoning a salad
oh,
because I guess the way I interpreted the lyrics is a friend of hers is with someone that's a piece of trash.
Okay.
So she's saying like poison the salad, do this and
Get
that.
rid of 'em.
and- yeah, it's cool.
All
I
right.
don't really have a joke for it. I was going to say a euphemism about Italian dressing, but then I just forgot what I was going to say. So
How about Greek dressing? A nice Greek.
this is going to sound weird and makes people look at me sideways. I don't like salad dressing, but I love salad.
So you're just going plain, huh?
He's a monster.
Salt and pepper.
I'm a blue cheese crumble man.
Oh, okay.
Fair.
If I got to go with a dressing, normally it'll be a Caesar
Okay.
or the Itai.
Oh,
That's
I
it,
like
but-
a nice vinaigrette.
But yeah,
Or
but
a
like,
balsamic.
I love a balsamic.
because when I
Yeah.
always looked at it, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, shit's already wet.
Kinda.
Okay. But a little extra flavor never hurt anybody.
Like I will throw sesame seeds and shit on it and stuff like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't really fuck with dressing.
Are you or are you not a sauce guy?
I like sauce.
Then what the fuck's your problem? It's
I
salad
don't like
sauce.
it on my salad.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what I
Salad
mean?
sauce. You can get down with that. Sorry.
It's like, yo, I like fucking milk on my Cheerios. I don't want it on my steak.
Yeah, I don't.
Is
I
milk
don't,
sauce?
Yeah, milk steak.
Is milk sauce now?
Sloppy steaks?
Oh,
sloppy
God.
steaks?
No sloppy steaks. What do you got for me this week, dude?
All right. So, comedy wise, I'm going to give you a special that you've probably seen, probably all of you, maybe. It's on Netflix.
It's by a guy named Dane Cook.
You should be so lucky.
Yeah.
I think it's properly rated as a great special, and I want you to watch it probably again just for
Okay.
the sake of commenting on it, and that's Hannibal Buress,
Animal Furnace.
Animal Furnace. That is a good fucking special, and it's easy to find. So that's your comedy.
The
assignment
first time
this
I
week.
watched that special, the next day I went grocery shopping and bought apple juice because he reminded me how much I like apple juice in that special.
Garrett showed me that
Fun-
special
fun-
because we were listening to it in his car because it was on Spotify, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that guy?" Very funny. So
Yeah,
that's
he's
your,
great.
That's
He's
your
fucking
comedy.
awesome.
And music wise, I'm going out on a limb this week.
Oh,
This assignment is
wish you could
from
hang yourself on one.
whoa
What?
Sheesh.
I'm being edgy.
2002 Life Force Records.
Oh, so it's
Germany.
definitely Germany. It's definitely militant. It's definitely straight edge.
Between the Buried and Me, self-titled. 2002.
Why would you do this to me?
See, I was going to participate,
And-
and I am not.
Listen to it.
What's the name of the album?
Self-titled. It's a lot of typing. I'm sorry,
No,
but I'm also not sorry.
It's just anger typing. I've had to sit through that band.
Well, this is the very first record.
It doesn't matter, dude.
What do you mean sit through?
The very beginning of a turd is a fart, so either way, it's going to stink.
And
it stinks.
I've
Either
never
way,
met a
it
fart I
stinks.
didn't laugh at.
It's true. So either I'm going to laugh at this record or hate it.
All right.
But I'm going. That's the rules. I got to do it. All right. Where did I fucking write down here? Well, since fucking Larry pretty much beat me to it, the comedy special I got for you this week is Kyle Kinane's Shocks and Struts.
That was on my list to assign you later.
And it's did you watch it?
Not yet.
Already? Well, now you have to.
That's good.
That dude.
Enjoyed it.
What do you-
Not highly rated enough.
Not at all. I swear to God, the problem is he stays
He's buried by
in
Comedy
Chicago.
Central.
No, he stays in Chicago.
Oh, that too.
And it's like if he was on either of the coasts, he'd be doing a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, like he doesn't even do like the podcast rounds.
He doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
He's been on your mom's house like a time.
Yeah.
Like it's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they have. I mean, as far as comedians, they have everybody.
Yeah. And
He wrote the liner notes for the one Smoking Popes
Yeah.
record I have.
Yeah, I just watched it.
he's fucking great. And
He played in like a.
he goes
I
on
don't
some
know
of the
what band.
the bet. I think he played in like a ska band at one point.
Nah, I think it was more like a Chicago punk band,
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
He's definitely
like a Peg Boy type
knows
of
that
thing.
shit. But he's a guy that another great fucking storyteller.
Yep.
I don't know if it's his voice.
His voice definitely
The-
helps.
yeah,
He does this thing in his bits. They're normally longer jokes, like longer story jokes, and he can go on this extremely long rant without flubbing a word, without taking a breath, and just nail it. And it's just like it keeps going and going and going, and it's funnier, and never drops off. You're like, dude, this is perfectly crafted. That dude is a fucking genius as far as I'm concerned. And I knew you liked Trampoline in a Ditch, so I'm
I
pretty
sure
sure
did.
you'll like this. I actually like this one better.
Shots
What's
and
the new?
struts.
Is this a new special?
yeah.
Yeah,
Is it
it
on
just came out.
YouTube.
streaming
It's on
stuff?
YouTube.
Maybe
Or
like a
YouTube?
month old, I
Yeah.
think.
I saw it on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. I think it's on the 800-pound gorilla.
It is.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God, not Comedy Central anymore.
Yeah.
So people actually see it.
I also brought you two musical things because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to bring, but this is the two things I've been listening to constantly this week. The first one is an older record. A band. It's like it was a band I didn't know anything about, but they opened a show in Philadelphia years ago. They actually probably play like second, but it doesn't really matter. It's a band called Red Reaction, and the album's called Welcome to the War Zone. It's really fast, like punk style, angry hardcore, and I still don't know much about the band. I don't think they did much after this record.
Who'd they open for?
It was one of those Greg Pollard goes to shows where every band has the fast beat, and everybody had like
Have you heard of the band?
Red
No.
Reaction. It was definitely a Red Cheek show. I know that much. But I think they ended up on the show because they're on tour with one of the bands that he booked.
Am I going to be able to find this band?
You should. If not, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just like they stuck out because I was busting your balls, but it was like basically a youth crew show, and they definitely were way more punk
Right, no,
rock
for sure.
than all the other bands.
And that's sometimes the best way to see a band where
Yes.
they'll stick if you haven't,
Yeah. Because your band, like even as people, you guys have all been in bands, is like you're gonna stick out better on a show where you don't sound like everybody else. If you're like beat down band number 6 on a fest of like beat down bands, everybody's like, all right, well, yeah, of course you're gonna sound like the band before you and the band after you. But if you stick out,
Yeah.
unless you're bloodlet, then it kind of doesn't work. But the other one I brought up is a Split, and it's some grind stuff mostly. A band from Indonesia called Chapang.
I know Chapang.
You know how to spell that shit? Yeah. And it's a split with a Chicago band, Race Trader.
Oh, nice.
It
Okay.
came out like, I don't know, maybe like a week ago, tops. It's a real quick one. It's just 2 songs each. And you know I'm a fucking total stand when it comes to Race Trader. But the Chapang songs are fucking just gnarly as fuck too.
The band rules.
They're so goddamn fast.
You ever seen him?
Who? Race Trader?
Chapang.
Oh,
I've seen
I was gonna
both.
say I saw.
I've
I've seen
Race Trader.
Chapang.
Race
I've
Trader.
seen Race Trader like 3 times or something.
I got to play with them, dude. It was fun as shit. It was at the Fire when they just come back to playing shows.
I only saw him at
I was like, I hope they hold up, and they definitely fucking did.
Yeah, they did a new record a couple years ago.
It's so goddamn good. It was one of the first homework assignments I gave. It was like episode 2 of this podcast,
2042.
and he didn't listen to it. He's like, I know who Race Trader is. It's whatever. And just, I was like, no, you're supposed to listen.
They're
to
cool.
It.
They're cool live too, and
They are very good
great.
live.
the drummer is
Fucking
Sick.
insane.
What can't he do?
I remember getting mad back in the day because right after Race Trader, he did another grindish band called Kill the Slave Master.
yes.
That was basically Race Trader without the slow parts. And I was just like, this guy is fucking brilliant. This is great. Then I'm like, we're breaking up. And then the dude went and started Fall Out Boy. So I was fucking...
What a horrible choice to do.
I was
No,
mad
it's like-
as fuck, dude.
I love Fall Out Boy.
But I was so mad. I'm like... Because look, even if you like Fall Out Boy, which is great, it's like, you went from being like this all over the place manic drummer to just, the fast beat.
Paying the
I will
bills, though.
say, if you see Fall Out Boy live,
Yeah.
they actually give him a drum solo. Like he has like a thing where they'll do like the fucking rock and roll thing, and the drum riser goes up, and he'll do like a medley. Of,
Damn, he's like
some
a Tommy
metal
Lee.
songs. Yeah,
He's like,
Upside down.
and live that band is a lot. I mean, they're still
Playing
Fall
in
Out
wrestling
Boy,
shoes.
but they're a lot. They're a lot heavier live.
I saw them at the Grange a very long time ago,
And,
and
like-
they were still pop punk.
Yeah, like
Not
they're a
good.
lot heavier live. I mean,
Didn't like it.
I love them, but I understand why people don't like them.
Yeah.
But I think it's cool that now he can kind of do both things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pays for all of his
And
passion.
like we were
projects.
saying earlier, where like you kind of get worried when a band comes back. You're like, oh, they're gonna suck when they put something out. When they dropped that LP when they first came back, I was just like, all right, this is fucking fantastic.
he plays
and-
in Sect too.
And he's still.
Yeah, I
fucking
saw
That was a
them
great
once.
record.
I've seen
Yeah.
Sect like
Sect
4
records
times.
are fucking
Yeah.
fantastic.
Anything that guy's awesome.
And it was
Yeah.
also great to see the dudes from Earth Crisis playing good music again
Yes.
after a bunch of lackluster ass Earth Crisis releases.
Yeah, but man, he is just a great drummer.
You know what pisses me off about watching him play drums too? Perfect posture.
He's handsome.
Yeah.
And it's got
posture.
great hair.
Great
hair.
Great
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
What can't he do?
Yeah.
Anything
Hunch
I can.
over.
Yeah.
Dude, he really does have great
It's
I
fucking
never
annoying.
thought about it.
And it's- he's always just
I'm
like- Perfectly up. And he's just like, and you watch him play and it's like his hands are barely moving. You're like, fuck you, dude.
They're the worst. Like
God
the
damn
fucking
it.
worst people.
Every other drum you know is just like hunched over, like the sticks are up around his ears. And you're just like, I get this. But he's just like,
making their cum
He's
face.
super. Yeah,
You know,
he's
like-
super fun to watch. There's
Yeah.
some drummers that just like
super fun.
when you
super
watch
horny
the
to
band.
watch. Yeah. You know what I mean?
When you watch the band, you watch the drummer, and
Mackie.
like they're one, and like
That was the best. The best part of seeing the Cro-Mags lately was Mackie.
Always.
I love
Overrated.
watching Bill Stevenson.
Nah.
Overrated.
As a drummer, are you dumb?
Overrated.
Too. Nah, dude.
Everybody's like, yo, best drummer in New York hardcore. I say absolutely not. That honor goes to Sammy Sigler.
Okay.
That's
Look,
fair.
Mackey's a good drummer. I'm not gonna take that away from him. But what is his discography?
Iceman, Fun Loving Criminals.
That's what I was ready. Just ready to pull out of
No,
it.
I mean, if you want to talk sheer breadth of catalog, Sammy all the way. too.
Exactly.
And versatile. Rival Schools drumming is nothing like.
And also,
Judge.
Sammy doesn't have a stinker. The only black mark on that dude's fucking record is that tour he did for the Limp Bizkit.
And even that, I don't blame him.
That's the only
can't
black
make
mark
money.
on his record.
Yeah.
Whereas Mackie, you got like 2 or 3 solid LPs, but then you also have the shitty Bad Brains records and a shitload of Fun Loving Criminals records. So I was like, nah, dude, sorry.
The underdog in that, I would go for New York hardcore drummers.
Alan Cage.
Alan Cage.
Alan Cage. Yeah.
Alan Cage is my. I mean, from the beginning of that Burn 7-inch, that drum fill, and then Slip.
Sure.
And then actions and indications.
Yeah,
That's
I
right,
mean,
boy.
dude,
Fucking Seaweed.
yeah, like dude is just.
I remember
a
being
beast.
stoked when it was like, oh, Seaweed drafts Alan Cage to play drums. I was like,
Same.
oh, fuck yes, dude. I was so
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah,
That's
he's,
actually my favorite Seaweed.
It's great.
It's up there with Spanaway, yeah.
I love
I'm
that
a
record.
Spanaway person,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm.
but they need to repress all them. I've talked about this
Did
before.
Merge do actions and indications?
But that's
Somebody
the
did.
only one.
I was about to say, 'cause I know I
the
just got
sub
a
pop
copy of it.
ones aren't.
And I think with most of the other, a couple of them were major label ones.
It's just Spanaway. Yeah.
Was it just Spanaway?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that's all we got this week, what do you got to plug? Anything besides the Where It Went podcast,
Where It Went
Greg?
podcast.
I don't do shit.
Available
Fuck
anywhere.
yeah.
Eventually, Larry's going to quit being a fucking bum and start doing bands again.
Yeah, somebody do a band with me. It'll
There's a
be
guitar player sitting right next to you. A drummer to the other side.
yeah. Do a band with it'll be good, but nobody will like it, and it'll just fade away.
It'll be great for the 6 months they exist, and
Yep,
then
and it's
we'll
gonna
just move
fade
on.
away. It's
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
be
I ju-
awesome.
I just got the pod. That's
Where
it.
It Went podcast.
Yeah.
Available everywhere, right?
Yeah, Spotify, Twitcher. Is it Twitcher? Is that what it's called?
Twitch? Stitcher?
Twitch?
Stitcher.
Twitcher.
is the video game
Twitcher.
one.
I barely know her. Yeah, Stitcher, Spotify, Podbean.
You
what's
just
the
made
other
that
one?
last one up, dude.
Apple.
Don't lie.
Are you on YouTube too?
Podcast.
No, that's why I said I like you guys have the little video clips.
Yeah, get on it.
Did on, dude.
It's easy to do.
We do this stuff over Zoom. Jason's used a couple video clips sometimes for promo.
You can record those video or
Sounds to me
keep
like
those
he's
video
passing-
recordings.
He's really passing the buck on Jason here.
Fucking
It's
Jason.
like I do all the work. Jason doesn't do shit.
Nah, man. Jason does all those graphics.
Yo, Jason, get some audio visual going.
If it was just me doing the podcast, it would just be like a blurry picture of the record from my collection. Here's this
If
week's
it was just
episode.
me doing a podcast, it should be me on the toilet talking to my dogs. Which honestly, math time is preferable. You got anything for him, Tom?
Patreon.com/IRR and ILL for all of our bonus content. One episode a week at least at this point. Yeah, we're gonna stick with that fucking model.
Yeah.
It's fun enough to do.
Coming soon on that is the next Patreon episode to drop is the first Is It Euro listening party. Soon after, we'll be recording Drunken Guess Who.
We got Stoner Dads pretty fucking
The
soon.
Stoner Dads podcast, Road Pod's coming up too, so we have a bunch of shit coming up on Patreon. Go check that out.
Patreon.com/IRR and ILL. That's all.
Hit that intro music.
Luna